Calling all sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Proudly sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing and is powered by the injury attorneys Lerner and Rowe. In a wreck and need a check? Make one call. That's all. 602-977-1900.
Montage coming first.
It's online at lernerandrowe.com. Now time for Calling All Sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910.
Durant now looking for his, and he gets it with the slam. Durant picks it back up. Finds Gordon. He's open to the corner. And Eric Gordon, like he did so many years here at Toyota Center, man, is he shooting it well.
32 seconds remaining. Stripped away. Coyotes get it in over the line. Zucker. Dursey to Zucker. He's stopped by Georgiev. Everybody, it's in. It's in. Coyotes win.
You're hot.
Unbelievable.
And then they went into overtime, and they tied it with 2 minutes left in regulation, which was huge in that sense. And then you heard Jack McBain knocked in that game winner with 20 seconds left in that extra period. Yotes now in fourth place in the Central Division with 38 points. They are 18, 14, and 2. They are at Anaheim tomorrow. But you look at this Yotes team, and we talk about the mullet magic. As it is true, the mullet, they're 12-5 on the season. The 12 wins at Mullet Arena are tied for the third most home wins in the NHL. That's hard to believe. And it marks their second best start at home in the history of the Yotes. That's behind the 2009 and 2010 team. So the magic continues at Mullet, and surprisingly, I have not been fortunate enough to see a game there yet.
I haven't either.
And it's one of those things where I got to just do it. I got to pay the couple $100 to go see him because the tickets are so damn expensive. But man, this team 18-14 on the season, 2 ties, and to come back from a 4-0 deficit to beat a very good Avalanche team 5-4.
Yeah, I mean, we're both sports betting guys. I wonder what the odds were when they were down 4-0.
Oh.
Probably plus 400, 500, 800.
Turned it off.
4 goals equivalent to like 4 touchdowns in hockey. But Rock, I mean, we had Steve Peters on before the season. He expected the Coyotes to be here. You said before the season it's great for the city to have the Coyotes, at such a high level. Is this big with the whole, arena renovations going on right now and them kind of making the next step in the NHL?
It can't hurt. It can't hurt. Winning helps solve a lot of problems. And if they could continue to have this success, they've won 5 of their last 6. They just opened a 5-game homestand following their trip to Anaheim on Friday. They will open, I should say. And if this team could just continue to win, get into playoffs, if there's going to be a vote, and they hope that they don't have to go to a vote again on wherever they're going to go, I do hope it's still the 202, the 101 over there on Alma School. I really hope that's where they decide to go. I really don't like the idea of going to North Phoenix, the 101 and the 51 and that whole Desert Ridge type areas where they've been talking. I just think that's going to be a cluster, what. I just think, you know that area. You live in North Phoenix. I just think that's going to be so hard to get to. The traffic at 2:30, 3 o'clock going north on the 101 to go west is already bumper to bumper in some cases for a couple hours. If you got a 6:30, 7 o'clock game, it'll just be horrible. And I know me living up that way, I don't want that traffic. It's already bad enough without a professional sports team up there. So, but if that's what it takes to keep them here, all right, I'll deal with it. I know a lot of people won't, but I'll deal with it if that's what's going to take.
You're more of a hockey guy. What would you say, again, 5 goals, amazing. 4 goals seems like a lot in hockey. Goaltending is still an issue. Do you think that's something that they got to deal with at the trade deadline?
No, I think they're fine at goalies.
Really?
I mean, I think they're totally. They got 2 very good goalies right now that are having some success. They're starting to get. I mean, we're not starting, but at least you're seeing different guys scoring every night. It's not the same guys. I mean, they had 5 different guys score last night. If they can continue to have different guys step up, I think that's huge. I mean, it's not like a lot of these teams which they have their 1 or 2 stars that are scoring all the goals. I mean, this is a team effort. And I just we'll have to catch up with Peters. Maybe we'll get him on tomorrow. But just to talk to him about this, because I know the Coyotes are surprising a lot of people. However, no one's talking about it. You watch any of the local sports channels, they're not leading with it. They're going to lead with the Suns, which makes sense. Then they're going to get into the Cardinals, a 3-win Cardinal team. And then they'll talk some ASU, maybe some other things that are going on in the Valley. And then, how about the Yotes? And it really frustrates me. And I don't think it's I don't know if it's ever going to change. I mean, Shu, you've been here a long time too. I mean, do you see a change in the way that the local media covers the Coyotes? Does it take a Stanley Cup run to actually get that coverage?
It takes 2 things, right? And these are going to be the 2 things that I think everybody who has been following this team would say that this team would need in order to generate the buzz that I think we all would like them to have. They have to have a resolution to the stadium situation because I think you have, let's say 10, 15, 20%. It's not a majority, but it is a section of sports fans in this town that are not ready to devote their time, their energy, their money to a team that they don't know if that team is going to be here in 3 or 5 years. That's a tough thing to overcome. So if you can get that solved, okay, you're going to start bringing some people in the door more than you were in years past. And the second thing is you got to go on a run. 1 or 2 runs could potentially make this city, which has, listen, you saw what the Diamondbacks were able to do. Diamondbacks go on 1 run after losing 100 games 2 years ago, and they are the talk of this town. That's all it takes. And so if you can combine those 2 things together, I mean, think about this, Rock. You've been here, longer than I have, but could you imagine this team having a stadium solution done by the time, I don't mean the building done, but knowing what they're going to do, being finalized, going into them potentially being a playoff team? They have the top wild card spot in the West right now. That's the kind of buzz you need to turn things around.
Yeah, and if that does happen, I think a lot of free agents want to live in Phoenix. I mean, they truly want to live in Phoenix. And if there's this arena's deal is done and this team is sitting there always, pretty close to making to the playoffs, how do you not want to come here? I mean, we all know that majority of these hockey players love the golf.
So
we have that. And we have everything else in this city when it comes to just aesthetics and just the beauty, the hospitality, the restaurants. I mean, it's all here. We all know that. That's why we love living here. But if this team could have some success, which we have yet to see, had a little bit of a run when it was LA many years ago, and Nashville when they had a little bit of run. And at that point, I do think maybe because we were traveling with the team, we were doing a bunch of stuff, people were into it. I just think that hockey's one of those sports where if you can get the fan base going, they're core fans in the sense that they are going to show up. They're going to show up to pregame parties and tailgates and have a lot of fun. And I man, growing up in Philadelphia, I mean, it's an Eagles town. Myself was an Eagles, but then it was Flyers. It was always Flyers. Now that's changed because the Phillies have had so much success, and the Sixers haven't. They've been still trying to figure out the process.
So you keep saying success. What does success mean in your eyes? Because before the season,
couple rounds in the playoffs.
Couple rounds, not even one. Just get in the playoffs. The D-backs, we said before the season, 500, maybe threaten the NL West or threaten the NL to make the playoffs would be good enough. But you think a couple rounds would be the success this town needs?
Yeah, why not ask for ask for a lot, and if you fall back short on a couple, getting in the playoffs is first.
Well, Rock, I mean, this team has made one playoff appearance in the last 11 seasons, right? I mean, and that's right. I mean, that's what you're up against, right? That's what you have to go back to, and I have it up here: 2011, 2012, 2010, 2011, 2009, 10 for the last time they made playoffs in back-to-back seasons. That was 3 seasons in which they went 3 years in a row. I mean, so that's the kind of success you're looking to see, I think, to have the buy-in from the community. You go to the playoffs once in 11 seasons and you don't have a long-term solution to an arena. Yeah, it's pretty easy to check out on that team.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I'm asking a lot. I mean, I'm just being a little greedy because I just think, we're having success. I say we as a fan base for the Coyotes. There's some success right now, and they're kind of flying under the radar. Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe once the holidays are over, football season is coming to an end, and if the Suns continue to play the way they're playing, I'm not saying just because they beat Houston last night, everything's fixed, because I think some people are thinking that, oh, they're back. Okay. No, they still have some issues they need to figure out. And, one thing I was going to throw to you, I know we got to go to break, but one idea I had to kind of throw out today is, during the holidays, Christmas, Hanukkah, you get gifts. And if you could take back a gift, but it's a sports trade or free agent pickup for this past year.
It's like a 7-day return policy. Yeah. I like this. Yes.
Who would you take back? I mean, Bradley Beal comes to mind right away. It comes right away because we haven't got to see him. You haven't got to see him really yet. But, in any sport. So think about that. Maybe we could dive into that, maybe get some reaction and open up the phones. But, if you could take back a trade or a free agent or something you did in sports in 2023 and you could take it back, what would it be? Because I know a lot of people driving around right now, you're returning stuff. So if I could return Bradley Beal, I would. I would almost could you return, if you look at the Kevin Durant trade, I mean, if you really look at that trade and what the Suns had to give up, Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson, Crowder, a first-round pick in 23, 25, 27, and 29. That's a lot to give up. That's a lot of gift cards.
Do you think the Broncos fans are going to be on the phones a lot? Because I know what their answer would probably be is Russell Wilson.
Oh, man.
That's the situation we'll probably get.
You're right. Hey, headlines are brought to you by the Sportsbook at Casino Arizona. Bet the game, watch the game, Sportsbook at Casino Arizona. 3 live betting windows, 6 self-service betting kiosks, and 8 count them, screens that are displaying all the betting lines. Check it out for yourself. They're open daily from 8 to 11. We're out here at one of the and today it's Scottsdale, and you got to check it out. We got some games going on, a lot of college bowl games, thanks to Blue Moon and Coors Light in the 29-degree man-sized drafts on special right now. Coming up, it's the sounds of the night, driven by our Valley Chevy dealers. Next here on Fox Sports 910.
All season long, your home for some of the biggest and best games of the NFL season, right here on Fox Sports 910. Presented by HornCars.com. That's HORNE Cars.com.
What's up, guys? Jason Payne, owner of State 48 Roofing. You can find me on Instagram and Facebook, #SexyRoofStatus. All of our work using state-of-the-art materials and 5-star workmanship. Our inspections are free. You heard me, free. Go to state48roofing.com to schedule your free appointment today.
Rock for White.
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty that you could do with that for sure.
I'd like you to get to know them.
Their goal is to make buying your next vehicle the kind of experience that earns your recommendation to family.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those topics where you don't necessarily need to have all the answers. You can just workshop it on the air.
Toyota.com. So if you're looking for a new or pre-owned Toyota, head to their interactive website at righttoyota.com. The right price, the right selection.
And we're just keeping it to this past calendar year.
Frankie end-to-end, scoops it up and in with 2 seconds left. Frankie Collins end-to-end.
Join the action this season and catch USC, UCLA, Washington, and Arizona when they come to Desert Financial Arena in the final year of the Pac-12 Conference.
Collins over to Lance for 3. Bullseye!
Get your tickets today by calling 480-965-5812 or go online to sundeviltickets.com. Sun Devil Men's Basketball, onward to victory.
Hey, it's Gross. Join me, Bauer, and Jackson every Saturday from 11 to 1 live from the sports book at the CAZ Sports Bar.
I've already got a couple in football.
Take the points. Powered by the sports book at CAZ.
The Giants giving Daniel Jones the big contract.
Are you looking for a change in your career path or just
in the balance here.
And with our affordable payment plans, you can get the defense you need.
We use player props. We bet a bunch of player props, and we're waiting on Amari Cooper's status. He's going to try to give it a go in warm-ups, but he's kind of the centerpiece of what we're doing. So
Roc is the way to go from 917.
The whirlwind of celebration.
we haven't put it in yet because we're waiting to see.
Prioritize your health with Daily Harvest No Prep fruit and veg packed food.
We have him, Breece Hall, David Njoku, and Garrett Wilson.
Plus, try Daily Harvest's newest collection.
All to do various things.
Delicious primavera, bolognese, or spinach pesto. Be happy and healthy this holiday season. Prioritize your well-being and make every moment a celebration. Order at dailyharvest.com and receive up to $65 off your first box with code HARVEST.
Time for the Valley Chevy Dealers' top plays of the week.
Dancing and looking and directing traffic, and look at the length of this play. Murray to the 10, to the 5, and he's going to convert it. That's unbelievable.
Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer. Set up a test drive by heading to valleychevy.com. Now today's top plays on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 9.
You're hot.
All right, let's get to it. Our Valley Chevy Dealers sound of the night. By the way, Valley Chevy Dealers today stop by for the Red Tag sales event. It's going on. 'Tis the season for a new Chevy. See your Valley Chevy Dealers today. We're going to go to the Yotes, man. I mean, they scored 5 unanswered goals against Avalanche last night. They win 5-4 in overtime. Here is the winner. I don't know how he found it. He got in the back of the net. The way it happened went down just like this.
32 seconds remaining. Stripped away. Coyotes get it in over the line. Zucker. Dursey to Zucker. He's stopped by Georgiev. Rebound. It's in. It's in. Coyotes win. Unbelievable.
I gotta love that. I mean, McConnell with the call there, and it's just the Yotes. I don't know what else to say, man. When you win like that, how they did that is to me just amazing. To come back down 4 goals, to not give up, really says a lot. And you just heard the call there at Matt McConnell and Tyson Nash. Good stuff, real good stuff. Well, during the break, we decided we're going to go down this road. A lot of you are returning gifts. You're driving around. You're off today. You're maybe sitting in that Amazon line at Kohl's to return all that Amazon gear that you got, stuff that doesn't fit. It's too big, too small, what have you. So we thought maybe let's put a sports spin to it. And if you could re-gift or maybe, take back one of your teams, your favorite sports team, let's just use Suns, for example. Would you return Bradley Beal? Would you return Bradley Beal? And if you look at, what the Suns gave up, we have not seen Bradley Beal yet. But, to acquire him, the Suns traded Chris Paul and Landry Shamet 4 first-round pick swaps and 6 second-round picks. I mean, it was a big deal. Part of the deal that sent Damian Lillard to Milwaukee and then DeAndre. I mean, there's a lot of things that happened. But Beal was one of the big moves in the offseason. And I think that's one that I think if you could return, you would today. Right? I mean, that would one. If you have one, 602-260-9191, 260-9191. This time of year is kind of fun to have these kind of conversations. A couple others that come to mind. And I'll throw this one at you. Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Would you take that back if you could?
I mean, I didn't want them to do it in the first place, so yeah, I'm fully on board with returning that. Yeah, I mean, it's put them in a really tough spot long term, right? Because they just don't know what they have. The other New York team in town maybe didn't want to give Daniel Jones all that money because he didn't play very well this season. So the 2 New York football teams. There's a lot of football examples I could think of. Denver trading a first-round pick for Sean Payton. I can think of, like we mentioned, the Giants and the Jets are 2 big examples. In baseball, do the San Diego Padres feel like they should have given Xander Bogaerts all that money because it basically led to them having to trade Juan Soto this offseason? So there's a bunch that you could do this with just in 2023 alone.
Do you think the NBA, or not the NBA, do you think the Pistons regret Monty Williams? 28 losing.
It's not Monty's fault. We can't. That's not all his fault.
On that.
The longest streak in NBA history, though.
Okay, yeah, but he just got the team. I mean, it's not like he's been there a while.
So did Frank Vogel, though. I guess.
Yeah, I mean, you could put Frank Vogel on that list, right? I mean, you could. How about the Ravens signing Odell Beckham Jr.? I mean, he hasn't played at all, has he? I mean,
he's been out there
the other day. I mean,
he's been out there. He doesn't do a whole lot. But
to him. I mean, Deshaun Watson in Cleveland. You're a Cleveland fan, or you're a Denver Bronco fan. How about now that Russell Wilson has been benched, and what you gave up to get him? I mean, they gave up a ton to get him.
Yeah.
2 first-round picks, 2 second-rounders, a 5th rounder.
Not only that, but the domino effect of contracts later on. I think everyone in the NFL wishes that didn't happen because then Kyler Murray's contract doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow's contract doesn't happen. Russell Wilson, another one like you mentioned before, that's probably one the Broncos are regretting.
What about the staying with the Broncos, trading for Sean Payton? And give him $18 million.
That's bad. That's not bad because Sean Payton is a bad coach, right? I think Sean Payton is doing the best he can with what is a not so great roster there in Denver. But because in back-to-back seasons you gave up a first-round pick, you've now given him this big contract. You kind of have to let him see it through. Okay. And it's such a mess right now that, I don't know if it's going to get better. So, yeah, Sean Payton and what they had to give up to get him feels like it would very much land itself on this list.
Another one comes to mind. And in fairness to him, Bryce Young, it's too early to call this. But they trade up to get him, right? They get rid of DJ Moore.
2 minutes.
DJ Moore is a hell of a wide receiver.
Really good.
Well, they could also have just taken C.J. Stroud and gotten the better of the 2 rookie quarterbacks this year too, right?
Yeah,
so like
exactly.
that's kind of the rub there is like, yeah, you don't want to say that Bryce is a bust, but if we did a redo right now, if we went back and we were able to redo the 2023 NFL draft, I do not think the Carolina Panthers would be taking Bryce Young again with the number 1 overall pick.
Oh, I was just thinking when we were talking Saints, the Derek Carr deal. I mean, he's getting $150 million, if I'm not mistaken, in a 4-year deal. If you're a Saints fan, is he worth that?
I think he's still hurt.
I mean,
Warrior, but weird year for the Saints. Quiet year. I think Jameis Winston should get some more minutes personally. I mean, backup quarterback. He's had a great, bringing up. But to flip the question, like you said, what one you would redo? I think one that was a hit so far this season has got to be Baker Mayfield.
Oh, great call, Jax. I was just about to bring this up. This is one of those gifts you want to get. Baker Mayfield was a great gift for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Like when you got it, you open it up, you're like, what am I going to do with this?
Yeah, and then you're like,
all of a sudden he's putting up MVP numbers. Well, he's got better numbers than some of the guys that they're talking about MVP. I mean,
Joe Flacco in Cleveland. That was a late gift for the Cleveland Browns, but that has worked out pretty well so far.
Did that one hurt you and Jets fans more than anyone
No,
else?
I mean Jets fans are not particularly happy that Joe Flacco is finding success, but no, it doesn't bother me personally.
Especially when it's they play against.
Yeah, they're playing them tonight. Yeah, it's great.
Tonight, I mean, yeah. So there are 4 teams that announced quarterback changes this week. We talked about Russell Wilson. Jared Stidham is going to get the call there. Your guys. Tommy DeVito, he's out. Tyrod Taylor's in. Sam Howell is out in Washington. Jacoby Brissett is in. And then the one that just came down with the Vikings, Nick Mullins to Jaron Hall. Is it Jaron or Jaron?
Jaron Hall, BYU quarterback.
Rookie. BYU, he was I believe, the first ever African-American quarterback at BYU to start a game. That's pretty cool. So, yeah, he's going to get the shot because I think he was drafted pretty late last year. So, if you remember, he played under Zach Wilson. He was a backup with Zach Wilson there at BYU. Right, Chu?
Yes, he was.
Your guy.
Yeah, he was there at the same time, and he made an appearance this season for Minnesota, not as a starter, but came into a game and then got hurt and then missed some time, and that was when they did the whole Josh Dobbs, Nick Mullins thing, and now Jaron Hall is going to get the opportunity to get the reins here for the final couple games of the season.
Hey, go back to our what you would re-gift or give back if you could, take back a trade or a free agent pickup in this season. You brought up the Giants re-signing Daniel Jones. I think that one's pretty good. I mean,
franchise tagging Saquon.
Yep. But I mean, that's a 1-year commitment, right? So if it's bad, you can move on from it. But for Daniel Jones, they gave him a 4-year contract, and so basically they're stuck with him for not just the remainder of this season, but next season as well. So that's a tough pill to swallow because now they're in the worst place you can be as an NFL franchise, and the Cardinals kind of find themselves in this place as well, and that's quarterback purgatory. You don't know what you have, you don't know what you want to do moving forward. It's just a tough place to be.
Another one's kind of tough. It's not their fault completely, and most of it is, I guess, when I think about it or talk about it out loud. Is the Colts not trading and then paying Jonathan Taylor? I mean, that was a mess. One of the most productive, NFL backs. And then, the guy's got the ankle injury, sad, and, the holdout. And then, he's available to return in week 5, and he gets a new 3-year, $42 million contract. Just a nightmare.
And then Zach Moss out of nowhere starts breaking out. I think he's almost at 800 yards, almost 1,000-yard running back. So now you're debating whether you want to re-sign Jonathan Taylor, and now that you've got a cheaper running back in Zach Moss. That's a good one.
These running backs don't last long, right? I mean, when you hear about the average person in the league, 3.5 years, it usually applies to these running backs.
Well, the curse of the Ravens, they've lost 2 running backs this season. ACL, Keaton Mitchell, rookie, and then J.K. Dobbins at the beginning of the season, Achilles. So that's kind of a curse in itself, being a running back for the Baltimore Ravens. They've had a running back injured every single year the past 3 or 4 years.
I just wonder, if you look at the NFL, what was the worst move in 2023? What was the worst offseason move? I don't know. I just can't see trading for a head coach. I just can't. I just really struggle with that. And that's probably why I would put, at least earlier in the year, I definitely had the Peyton down, because of what they did to get him. And they dropped 0-3 or 1-4 to start the season. But then he turned it around, and then if they would have won last week, they would be talking playoffs. So we probably wouldn't be talking about Russell Wilson being on the bench either. Charlie Ragle is going to join us as Arizona State finished their early signing period, ranked overall in the recruiting rankings, 52 in the traditional class rankings, and ninth in the transfer portal rankings. We'll catch up with the assistant head coach at Arizona State, Charlie Ragle, next here on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B here on Fox Sports 910.
Clear. What's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix?
Number 14, Arizona takes on number 12, Oklahoma tonight in the Alamo Bowl. Wildcats are making their 22nd bowl appearance in program history, but they're under 500 overall. Cardinals looking for an upset against the Eagles on Sunday. Former Philly DC Jonathan Gannon returning to Philadelphia for the first time since becoming the head coach of the Cardinals. College hoops tomorrow night. Number 4, Arizona's Wildcats take on Cal. Sun Devils will get Stanford as they go for their 4th straight win. I'm Dan Gutowski on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Hey, Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B continue to grow as they now have their own secret football menu with special pricing at BKD's Backyard Joint in Chandler. Every Sunday after 3 p.m., just ask for the Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B football menu and get special pricing. That's BKD's Backyard Joint, located at Pecos and McQueen in Chandler.
You may not have any experience dealing with car wrecks, but Lerner and Rowe does. After your car wreck, you need an attorney to make sure your interests, like car repairs, medical bills, and lost wages, are protected. Finding the right attorney is actually easy. Just look for reputation, experience, and results. Lerner & Rowe has thousands of 5-star reviews, decades of experience, and we've recovered billions of dollars for our injured clients. Hurt in a wreck and need a check? Call Lerner & Rowe today.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Any car dealer in Arizona can compete on price. That's what dealers do. But not many dealers can compete on customer satisfaction, like Wright Toyota. Make the right choice. Wright Toyota in Scottsdale, just off the 101 on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard, and online at wrighttoyota.com.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, you're in the red zone for every college rivalry and divisional matchup all season long. On a game day, you never have to decide which teams to watch, only what combination of bites, burgers, wings, and more to order. Plus, where else are your favorite draft beers always poured at a frozen 29 degrees? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Stick around after the sun sets. Twin Peaks is open really late. Wind down with bourbon and late night bites. Only at Twin Peaks.
When it comes to insurance, we don't focus on the competition. We focus on our customers. At Crest Insurance Group, customer service is not what we do, but who we are. Now more than ever, businesses and families are turning to knowledgeable partners to help provide them with the insurance coverages they need. We've worked hard to become one of the country's top independent agencies, and our clients benefit from our vision, experience, and outstanding service. Contact Crest and let our insurance professionals tell you what they see. You'll be glad you did.
Frankie drives end-to-end, scoops it up and in with 2 seconds left. Frankie Collins end-to-end.
Join the action this season and catch USC, UCLA, Washington, and Arizona when they come to Desert Financial Arena in the final year of the Pac-12 Conference.
Collins over to Lance for 3. Bullseye!
Get your tickets today by calling 480-965-5812 or go online to sundeviltickets.com. Sun Devil men's basketball. Onward to victory.
Come chill and get your fill at Arena Sports Grill. Arena Sports Grill is your home for Nebraska Cornhusker football and the National Football League. Watch all your favorite sports, plus off-track wagering with the ponies. Arena even caters to the night owls with breakfast on the weekends till 2. NFL Mondays and Thursdays are packed with happy hour specials daily till 7 and other incredible drink and food specials. It's Arena Sports Grill, 64th Street in Bell, North Scottsdale's friendly sports bar since 1998.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your parent trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou, a term provider, 800-444-9336. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems. And if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-444-9336. That's 800-444-9336. For $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with, call Big Lou at 800-444-9336.
Check out what DraftKings has to offer with code SPORTS, because life's more fun when you're in on the action. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Age and eligibility restrictions apply. Void where prohibited. See DraftKings.com for details.
Let's talk Sun Devil football. Coach Charlie Regal now on Fox Sports 910 with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, courtesy of the Crest Insurance Group. Combine your home and auto for big savings today. Head to crestins.com.
You're hot. That's right. Coach Charlie Regal joins us down the right to the guest sign. Coach, it's Roc and Jackson Chew today. The old guys, they can't work all the time, so we had to give them this week off. So the young guys are with you today. So how you doing?
I'm doing great. How are all you guys doing? Should be plenty of energy with the young guys.
I know, man. These guys, man, you could suit them up, man. I mean, I think Jackson here, he played in Montana. He's still got a year of eligibility if you need a receiver, right, Jackson?
Yeah, a couple years under my sleeve. But a little rusty now.
We'll take all we can get.
I don't know, Coach. Talk about that. I mean, I know I saw another transfer, especially at linebacker. You guys are picking up some guys here and there. From on paper and rankings, you guys are doing really good right now in the transfer portal.
Well, and I think that's all a plus, of course. And any momentum is good momentum, and but I think at the end of the day, it all matters how these guys fit. One, they've got to enroll in school, and that's the deal with the portal guys. There's no letters of intent. There's nothing that binds them to your school until they actually enroll in your school. So we've got to get these guys enrolled in school, get them on campus, and then again it has to take the rankings from the paper and show up in practice, and then ultimately on game day.
And when you are looking at the board, is there a particular position or two that you guys have been kind of gravitating to, or do you see more linebackers available than, say, running backs? Is that the case, or is it all over the board?
No, I think that there's been some emphasis that we went into the off season, with that we needed to get better at, and add depth and so forth. And, linebacker was certainly one of those positions, O-line being another one, as well as interior D-line. And then, those were probably the points of emphasis. And so I think that's why you're seeing a little bit more of that than maybe some of the other positions, because, we felt like those were needs that we needed to get better at.
I'm curious because obviously I haven't been involved in this, and we didn't have transfer portals when I was a kid, but when a kid goes in the transfer portal, how does the process work? Do you mind walking us through? Does the student athlete, once he goes to the transfer portal, gives the world, so to speak, an opportunity to call him direct, and then it's the coaching, the scouting to go after him, and then kind of work it through there? I'm just curious how that process goes.
Well, there's usually like a specific time set in place where the transfer portal's open, the window's open, these kids can declare. And then once they declare, right, they have to go. If I'm at X university, I have to go to my compliance, let them know that I want to be, I'm going to declare and put myself in the portal. There's some official paperwork that has to be filled out. And then once that stuff is filled out, you actually go into, quote unquote, the portal. And so once those kids do that, there's a master list that we have access to that we can see who's officially in the portal. And then a lot of times these kids will take their official document, so to speak, and by their home institution or their current institution, and we'll put that on their social media saying, hey, I'm now in the portal. Here's the official document. Boom. You can go to the main portal website, verify that, and then at that point, you're free to contact them just as it would be a recruit in contact season.
Okay.
Coach, bowl season going on right now. What would you say was your best bowl experience? I know there's a lot of talk right now. People are complaining about how there's so many bowl games, and then you see kind of the after effect, the emotions from the players, especially some of those seniors playing their last game for their colleges. What was the best bowl experience that you had, and and why should people be more in fan of, I guess, of these college football bowl games?
Well, I think it's a great question. Nobody's going to want to hear this as the Sun Devil Nation. But, when I was down at the school down south, we did go to the Fiesta Bowl in 2014. And, for me, growing up in southwest New Mexico and having an abundance of family out here in the valley, I'd come out here during the holidays, and my family was super involved in the Fiesta Bowl. So I had been going as a fan to the Fiesta Bowl since I was, 8, 9, 10 years old. Every year. And so the Fiesta Bowl was kind of the epitome of bowl games for me. It was the one for me. So to have that ability, so many years later to coach in it was extremely special for me on a personal note. I do think, though, when you talk about bowl games, and I know the world of college football is changing, and I know you guys are opting out and so forth, but to a lot of guys, whether that be, for every guy that opts out, it's an opportunity for a young guy to prove himself on a national stage, on national television during the holidays where people are sitting around with their families and they're watching TV. It's a reward for these kids too, after, busting their butt for 10, 11 months, weight room, conditioning, all of the practices. It is a reward for those kids. So I think there's more that goes into it and more appreciation from the players than what people actually realize.
That's good stuff. And I know why you like the bowl so much here locally. You have so many family members, and I'm a Yellow Jacket as well, and I'm looking forward. I know it's Liberty in Oregon, but we've seen stranger games there, right? You just don't know. You can't call any team out, right? I mean, Liberty could come up there. They're pumped, but Oregon too, though.
And I still think, though, at the end of the day, that the Fiesta Bowl carries such merit across the country, and its reputation of being a great host of bowl games, one, and then, like you said, some of the most iconic and epic bowl games. It has certainly produced a couple for sure, and anytime you get out on the football field, you guys all know that it can go any which way. So I anticipate that Liberty's going to come here and going to be excited to play and put forth their very best effort. But that Oregon team is an extremely talented team, as we saw up close and personal, and that'll be a tall task for them, I think.
You're right. Absolutely right. Hey, Coach, thanks for jumping on with us for a few minutes this week. We appreciate it. Have a happy new year, you and your family, and we'll talk to you next year.
Thanks, Coach.
Yeah, look forward to it. Appreciate you guys as always. Have a great new year, and go Devils.
You got it. Charlie Regal, assistant ASU head coach, special teams coordinator, presented by Crest Insurance Group. Crest Insurance Group offers personal, business, and specialty insurance solutions for clients across all markets. Go to crestins.com. You're starting the new year off. You should see if the insurance you have is worth it. Maybe you get a better deal. Maybe get better coverage. Go to Crest Insurance Group. Check them out, crestins.com. So we appreciate him taking some time. We'll have football at 50 next, and a random, senseless, useless did you know fact of the day. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B here from Twin Peaks in Scottsdale on Fox Sports 910.
Check this out. This is The Herd. You're excited. I'm excited.
With Colin Cowherd.
The Rams should not be this good. Let's just state it right here. They should not be this good. Their special teams, poor. Their defense, kids. The secondary is prone to getting beat over the top all the time. What you're watching is one of the great coaches in American pro sports and a remarkable talented quarterback.
This is The Herd. Tomorrow at 10. Listen to Fox Sports 910 anywhere on our free iHeartRadio app.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, the scenic views stick around after the sun sets, and your favorite cocktails keep you company long after overtime. Where else can you unwind with bourbon and late-night bites? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Hey, Rock. See your Valley Chevy dealers today for the Red Tag Sales event going on now. 'Tis the season for a new Chevy. See your Valley Chevy dealers today.
Choosing the right lawyer after a car wreck is important. You need to consider the law firm's experience, results, and reputation. Lerner Rowe stands above other law firms when it comes to experience and results, helping over 150,000 people recover billions of dollars for their injuries. When it comes to reputation, we have thousands of 5-star reviews, and year after year, we have been voted best personal injury law firm in Arizona. Call us today and let us put our experience, proven results, and reputation to work for you.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Let the experts at Level 5 Lighting, all in one, 1 exterior permanent LED lighting brighten up your world. Level 5 lights work with Alexa, Google Home, and Control4 smart home systems, so lighting up your home for any holiday, sporting event, security, or accent lighting has never been brighter. Calling sports enthusiasts. Get ready for your favorite game day. Get your lights installed with this month's special. 12 months, no interest financing if you qualify. Go to level5lighting.com to request a free quote. That's level5lighting.com. Level 5 Lighting, Arizona's outdoor LED experts.
Hi, I'm Dominic from Venezia's. Let's talk holiday catering. We can cater for just a few or a few hundred.
That's right, Dominic. Ordering for your holiday party is easy at Venezia's. We'll work with you and develop a menu that can include pizza, pasta, salads, and even stromboli. We serve authentic Italian food using only the freshest ingredients. It's food that will leave everyone begging for more.
Holiday catering from Venezia's. Check out our catering menu at venezias.com.
Get ready for double the fun on the 101. Introducing the Salt River Rewards Program at Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort, the Valley's newest and best. With multiple tiers and endless benefits, we've got something for everyone. Don't miss out on the excitement. Salt River Rewards, the Valley's premier player rewards program, now at Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort. 2 properties, 1 amazing club, offering limitless fun on the 101. Discover the best in the Valley at saltriverrewards.com.
Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado features a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. It's why they won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant in all 7 Barrio Queen locations. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of Game Day.
Do more together this holiday in a new Chevy. Take on more adventure in the strong and capable Chevy Silverado. More confidence in the Chevy Equinox, winner of the J.D. Power Award for initial quality among compact SUVs 2 years running. And more value in the all-new Chevy Trax with an available 11-inch diagonal touchscreen. Bring the holidays together in a new Chevy. See your Valley Chevy dealers. For J.D. Power 2023 U.S. Initial Quality Study Award information, visit Awards.
It's a whirlwind of celebration and indulgence. In moments when there's time to catch your breath, prioritize your health with Daily Harvest No Prep fruit and veg packed food. From smoothies to harvest bowls, each item is packed with the nutrients your body craves. Plus, try Daily Harvest's newest collection of gluten-free pastas, delicious primavera, bolognese, or spinach pesto. Be happy and healthy this holiday season. Prioritize your well-being and make every moment a celebration. Order at dailyharvest.com and receive up to $65 off your first box with code HARVEST.
It's Thursday, and the guys are live at Twin Peaks Scottsdale, located on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard in the 101.
Let's get ready for football!
It's Football at 50, the latest top football story trending this hour, right here with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910 and the iHeart Radio app.
You're hot. All right, Football at 50. This hour is brought to you by Upper Crust Pizza and Wine Patio in Phoenix. Upper Crust Pizza, Patio, and Wine Bar. They're a really cool family pizza restaurant where you can dine in, you can take out, and if you need a New Year's Eve holiday catering, great place. Upper Crust Pizza, Patio, and Wine Bar. Cave Creek Road and the 101 next to Costco. You can check them out online, uppercrustwinebar.com. Make plans to watch the Buckeyes and Missouri tomorrow night there. That is your official watch party of the Ohio State Buckeyes, at least in my opinion. Goodyear for the Goodyear Cotton Bowl tomorrow at least 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock. Check that out. Speaking of bowl games, Billy Williams watched the game from the sideline last night. Miller Moss. Who? Miller Moss threw a Holiday Bowl record 6 touchdown passes in his first collegiate start. And Southern California ended a frustrating season by beating Louisville 42-28 as Moss took advantage of the opportunity when Milt Williams opted out. Of course, Williams, the Heisman Trophy winner last year, and some are saying the first pick overall in the upcoming draft. He was on the sideline wearing a white T-shirt with number 13. It was number 13 jersey hanging around his neck. And you look at the numbers, 23 of 33, 372 yards, only 1 pick. Miller Moss. So we're going to catch up with Yogi Roth a little bit later. We'll find out if he is going to be the starter for the Trojans this coming season.
Yeah, he looked confident last night. It was cool to see him in his element. Lincoln Riley came out and said that he's a smart quarterback, deserved the opportunity there. It's funny, though, how he said, I've been waiting for Miller Moss to kind of have his opportunity with Caleb Williams. Being there for so long, he didn't have the time to play. But USC still looking at Will Howard. They were looking at Dylan Gabriel, too, at quarterback. So now they got a decision to make. I think Miller Moss is the guy. I think you stick with him. This is the guy that's been in the program for 2 years, developed the playbook. And they've got some young talent, too. Deuce Robinson, Jacoby Lane last night, both Arizona products. I was happy against a very bad Louisville team on the other side of things, but I think you're very happy if you're a USC fan how you ended the season.
Your random, senseless, useless, did you know facts of the day brought to you by your Valley Chevy dealers. See your Valley Chevy dealers today for the Red Tag sales event still going on through the first of the year. 'Tis the season for a new Chevy. See your Valley Chevy dealers today. There are over 8,000 plus sports played around the world. Despite this, there were only 33 sports played in the Olympics in 2021. 8,000 plus sports. That's a random fact.
8,000.
8,000.
There's got to be some made-up ones in there, right?
Yeah, but then, some people don't consider certain things sports, too. What is one? Women's basketball? No.
Are you going to say cheerleading? Or?
No, that's a sport. Cheer, dance, gymnastics.
There's a debate on whether or not, poker is a sport.
What is?
Poker. There are some people who think it's gambling. There are some people who think it's a sport. It's a game of skill and luck. So there's that.
Flip cup.
That's an interesting one.
Cornhole
bags. That's one, right? Yeah. Okay, we're getting there. What's that stuff that they play on ESPN 8, the Ocho? The Ocho. When they roll the cheese down the hill, and you got to chase the wheel of
that
cheese.
Could be a sport.
That's a sport, right? Yeah.
Some question curling.
That's
I've never done that. I want to do it. It looks fun. I played broom ball in college. We used to play broom ball at 12 o'clock at night on a Friday night. You got to play broom ball. You ever play broom ball?
I have not.
You know what it is?
Have no idea.
So you get on ice, and it's like hockey, but you're playing with a broomstick and then a ball, like a really kind of
like a bocce ball.
Yeah, but not as hard as a bocce ball. Even though when it's on the ice, it gets pretty hard. But it's harder than a tennis ball per se. But and then you go at it, man. You can hit. You can do all kinds. It's fun. You don't want to be a goalie, but it's definitely a fun sport that you can play. It's just not real smart when you're in a fraternity and you're playing at midnight. You can only imagine what goes on before you get out there to play broom ball against other fraternities.
I would love to go back in time to see Mr. Mike Morocco in college at Ohio U.
Dude, I was
any stories that you could say on the air that you did? And
let's be careful here. Let's be careful.
Any drinking? We're all older.
I was in a fraternity, so you could just go through that. A fraternity that did haze, and I was for hazing. It showed respect. We didn't do drink. We hazed really hard, more mind game stuff. We didn't do a lot of the, making people drink and, overdo it and all that stuff. Hell Week was Hell Week, of course. But I was a bartender in college. So, it doesn't get much better when you're a bartender. And then if you're, and I was fortunate to work for the sports teams. So I'm, doing stats for the basketball team, the football team and all that. But I was a normal dude. I was a normal dude. Houseboy in a sorority was pretty cool. Where, I got my meals. I got breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And all I had to do is be there for breakfast, lunch, and dinner to do the dishes after the ladies ate.
So you knew everybody there?
In that house,
so
yeah.
You had social media.
But my girlfriend at the time was in that house, so you couldn't do anything. You couldn't do anything because everybody knew Julie. She dates Rock, or Mike or whatever it was. Now, social media, we didn't have that.
I'm just saying, if you had
we didn't even have cell phones.
If you had social media back in your day, though, you'd probably have a bunch of followers because the amount of people that you know.
Yeah, I don't know
fraternities.
About that.
No. The TikTok content from Rock would be excellent.
He would not.
At the fraternity, for sure.
You guys, because you're so much younger, life was so much easier not having a cell phone. It really was. And everybody's listening would agree with that. You didn't get bombarded on emails. You're not expected to return an email in 2 minutes.
You couldn't Google anything, though.
That's fine. So what? Go to the library. What did I need to know? So you didn't have to Google anything.
How much have you Googled in the last hour of the show?
Oh, tons. Okay,
that's a lot of library
I'm going to utilize. Yeah, but I'm going to utilize what I have. But back doing radio in the 90s, I mean, you printed out your notes. You had newspapers. You had,
That's why Jimmy B struggles with all of his prep because it's on his computer. He's used to printing it out.
Yeah, I can't find it on my computer. It's all over the place. But if you think about it, I mean, it's like I had every SI, Sport Magazine, Basketball Digest, Football Digest, Baseball Digest. I got the USA Today, and many of you remember the National. That was one of the best papers ever. The National. It was all sports. It was a sports publication that came out daily. But that was all before the internet. It was awesome. I mean, I think majority of our people listen are in that 40-plus range, so they remember the National. But I used to get the National, USA Today, and then when I was in college in my fraternity, I had a pledge. Pledges had to bring me the Cincinnati Enquirer every morning, the Columbus Dispatch, and the Cleveland Plain Dealer. That was cool. I had the newspaper every morning. So, anyway, hour number 2 is coming up. We're out here at Twin Peaks in Scottsdale. Rocks and Shoe with you. We gave the 2 grandpas the day off. They're off tomorrow, too. As, you wonder what they do on their day off. Jimmy, he probably sits around and watches Wheel of Fortune. I mean, I don't know what else he would do.
Manuch's probably listening to the show.
5.
Yeah. Hey, Manuch, we know you're listening from Colorado.
Clear.
Over the years, Lerner Rowe has helped over 150,000 injured people recover billions of dollars for their injuries and over $1 billion in the last 5 years alone. What does that mean to you when you're looking for an attorney to handle your personal injury case? That means that Lerner Rowe is a law firm that not only has experience, but the proven results to recover money for your injuries. The insurance companies know which attorneys won't put up a fight. When you call us, we call them, and they know they have to pay.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Get ready for double the fun on the 101. Introducing the Salt River Rewards Program at Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort, the Valley's newest and best. With multiple tiers and endless benefits, we've got something for everyone. Don't miss out on the excitement. Salt River Rewards, the Valley's premier player rewards program, now at Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort. 2 properties, 1 amazing club, offering limitless fun on the 101. Discover the best in the Valley at saltriverrewards.com.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations waiting for you right now, like Alternative Rewind, where all rock began. Just search Alternative Rewind and listen now on your free iHeartRadio app.
iHeartRadio.
Free never sounded so good.
For 25 years, Lovesac has been rewriting the rules of comfort and empowering customers to live life on their terms. This holiday season, change your mind and your style. From the endless adaptability of sectionals to the cloud-like comfort of a sack, Lovesac provides peace of mind where other furniture can't. Lovesac will always fit your space and your needs, no matter where life takes you. Visit Lovesac.com or a showroom near you to learn more and shop exciting holiday offers. That's LOVESAC.com for more details and to find a showroom near you.
I'm Byron Brown, the anti-lawyer lawyer. When it comes to your personal injury case, I'm straight to the point. I'll answer your call, no BS.
I can't wait for what's next. Even with higher stroke risk due to atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Eliquis, apixaban tablets, reduces stroke risk. It's the #1 cardiologist-prescribed blood thinner.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without talking to your doctor, as this may increase your risk of stroke. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or have antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis.
While you guys were sitting there?
Move. Get medical help right
Push
away
buttons?
for unexpected bleeding or unusual bruising, or if you have tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. It may increase your bleeding.
Yeah, you just add the cart, and here you go. Here's 40, 50 grand.
SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Joe Brown here with Accident Law Group. If you were hurt in an accident, find us on the web at accidentlawgroup.com.
The Herd with Colin Cowherd. Tomorrow from 10 to 1. This is KGME Phoenix, KESC HD2 Phoenix. Listen on the free iHeartRadio app for all your sports talk, podcasts, and music. Free never sounded so good.
As the Cardinals begin preparations in earnest for their road game against the Eagles Sunday, they do so without Kyler Murray, who missed practice today. Jonathan Gannon said he's dealing with a holiday bug. The team also signed defensive lineman Phil Hoskins from the practice squad, and they designated lineman Leke Fotu to return from injured reserve. The Suns are in Houston for the Rockets tonight. They're looking for a win to get back to the 500 mark in the season. The Coyotes are back from the NHL holiday break as they play host to the Avalanche. They lost to Colorado before the break to end a 4-game winning streak. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
Going to start to see a warm-up as we head towards the end of the week. Today, we'll see those temperatures right around 67 degrees with sunny skies. Tonight, look for clear skies with those temperatures dipping down into the low 40s. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Ty Brennan.
This report is sponsored by Discover. Did you know Discover wants everyone to feel special? That's why with your Discover card, you have access to 24/7 customer service, as well as $0 fraud liability, which means you're never held responsible for unauthorized purchases. Learn more at discover.com/creditcard. Limitations apply.
Time for the top local and national stories of the hour. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona. Bet big on your favorite teams and players in an environment that's as exciting as the game you're watching. There's no better place in the Valley to get in on the action. The Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar. Now, guys, what's your top story this hour?
Durant now looking for his, and he gets it with the slam. Durant picks it back up. Finds Gordon. He's open in the corner. And Eric Gordon, like he did so many years here at Toyota Center. Man, is he shooting it well.
32 seconds remaining. Stripped away. Coyotes get it in over the line. Zucker. Dursey to Zucker. He's stopped by Georgiev. Rebound. It's in. It's in. Coyotes win. Unbelievable.
You're hot.
Oh, how about that? The Yotes and what they were able to do last night. They come back down 4-0, and they win in overtime. You just heard Matt McConnell with the call as a 4-goal deficit. They win 5-4 in overtime over Colorado. The magic continues at Mullet Arena. What else can you say, as Mullet Arena has been good, very good to this Coyotes club, as they have won 12 games at Mullet, which is tied for the third most home wins in the NHL this season. It's also their second best start at home in the history of the Yotes, behind only the 2009-2010 team. But how about that? These guys, to be down 4-0 and then to come back and do what they did. And then you heard the overtime winner with 20 seconds left. And now they've won 5 of their last 6. They'll open a 5-game homestand after they have a quick one over to Anaheim on Friday, and which is tomorrow. I just hope they start getting the exposure they deserve.
I think they deserve it. I think it's one of those teams, you look at the D-backs, started out slow, started to gain momentum, more fan base started to come there. You wonder if being at the Mullet Arena, they start to build traction. You know how Arizona fans love it. They don't really they're a good fan base. They don't show up until you're starting to do well, Rock. It might be sold out every single night. You might get more fans coming in from every town, but I throw it to Shu. Shu, you cover more hockey. You cover more ASU hockey and at the Mullet Arena and with the Coyotes. What's impressed you about this Coyotes squad throughout the season, and why are they so successful so early?
They're incredibly resilient, right? I think that would be the immediate thing, is they have been up and down. They'll win a couple in a row, then they'll lose a couple in a row, but then they'll get right back to winning a couple in a row. They are resilient, and they don't allow things to linger for too long. And Rock has pointed it out, but they're 12-5 at home. Their 12 home wins put them towards the top of the league in terms of winning at home. Now, if not everyone's played the same amount of games at home, but still 12 wins at home out of 17, you got to get points at home. That's your home territory. You've got to defend that well. And we talked a little bit about it in the first hour. We talked about the goaltending. I looked it up. Their goals against average 11th in the National Hockey League. That's going to go a long way. If you can have top half of the league goaltending, you are going to have a chance each and every night you go out there. The environment helps. That building is loud because, yes, while we are waiting for hockey to kind of emerge and grow the way we think it all can here, that building still is very loud, and it packs in the 44 to 5,000 people that they put in that building for those Coyotes games. And so they've got a building that's loud. They're defending home ice really well. They're getting good enough goaltending, and they're a young team that is coached really well. Those are the little things. You have to have those things go your way, and that's why you're seeing a team that right now holds the top wild card spot in the West.
I am curious if there is some truth to the magic at Mullet with these teams that come into Phoenix. They stay in Tempe. They head out on Mill or into Old Town, and they have fun. They don't have the 10 o'clock curfews like the NFL has. They don't have security guys on every floor like the NFL does. And you wonder if that plays into this. There are some people out there, Steve Peters, who comes on the show quite a bit, former coach of the Yotes, who says, absolutely. These guys come into town, and they are having a blast. They're having a good time. And I just think that, it plays into this whole thing. And I think it's great. And if that's what it's going to take, then they need to put an arena in Old Town.
Oh my gosh! Could you imagine that next to like Riot House or Hi-Fi or Boondocks?
Yeah,
the traffic in Old Town. They could make it work, right? Better than Desert Ridge, I guess.
Jeez. And then how about the Phoenix Suns? And what we saw there is they ended a 3-game losing skid as they took care of the Rockets 129-113 in Houston. 5 Suns players in double figures. Kevin Durant had the triple-double, 27 points. Eric Gordon, a former Rocket, got to go back to his home where he played many seasons. I think he had played 7 years there. Had a game, you could call it maybe a revenge game, and he had 27 points. What was good about what you saw from him, 21 of those 27 were in the first half, and he got hot. So the Suns, now 500, shot 57% from the field. They were 14-33 from the three-point arc, which is 42%. 18 turnovers, still that's not good, but they just needed to win. And Devin Booker wasn't the leading scorer. He had 20, I think. But you saw some guys off the bench. They had some fortunate numbers on the boards. They dominated the boards, which was nice. So overall, we saw a good game for the Suns. Now it's the Houston Rockets. Let's see them put together, a few games. Unlike the Yotes, where Shu said they're, you win a few, you lose a few. This team has lost a lot. They need to go on a little run here and start winning some games, because what we saw on Christmas night was an embarrassment. For Luka to put 50 on you, that was not good. Not good at all. Now,
well, it's not the Footprint Center anymore. Rock, it's the Lucas Center, because he just goes in there and he just always plays well against them. Yeah, he loves it there.
Lucas Center.
It's the Lucas Center. That's what it is now.
I asked you guys this. I was thinking about this morning when we were obviously doing the good old prep work that we do. But Eric Gordon, frustrated, said allegedly that he's frustrated with his scoring, contributing, scores 27. Kevin Durant, apparently a rumor, said that he was frustrated too, scores 27. With Bradley Beal eventually coming back, do you guys think that maybe for his health's sake, minimal minutes coming off the bench, get a guy like Eric Gordon who looks young, he looks great, 27 points last night, maybe just during the regular season, and then when you get to postseason, maybe give more minutes to Bradley Beal and incorporate him in that lineup?
We're not really in a place to be having the conversation right now.
Yeah,
they are 10th
right.
in the West, right? Going into last night's game, they were on the outside looking in of the play-in tournament. Now, again, I think we all think that the talent of Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, and Bradley Beal, no matter what amount of minutes they give to Bradley Beal, should be enough to have this team be one of the top 6 seeds and have themselves not in a play-in tournament. But we can't have that conversation until they put together a big enough sample size where we feel confident in the direction of this football team. We talked about this yesterday on the show, Jimmy B and I said that this team needed to put together an inspired effort in the game last night against Houston. They checked that box. It was an inspired effort, and they played well. Now, can they stack performances like that together so where they can get back to the team that we think they can be? Then if you get to that stage, then we can bring Bradley Beal back. Then we can slowly put together what this team is supposed to look like and then get that complete evaluation. But right now, guys, they're not at full strength. They're not playing well. There's rumors of dysfunction. It's hard to analyze and talk about this team when they're not the version of the team that we think they should be when the playoffs roll around.
Like on the bright side, though, I mean, Eric Gordon,
3.
That was a hit signing. Grayson Allen and Nurkic in that deal with DeAndre Ayton. I think that's a sign. Nurkic looking great on the boards, 10 rebounds last night. I mean, that's something you didn't see from Ayton during his time here. And then Grayson Allen, anytime last year with Durant, with Booker on the court, always the corner three was wide open, or the wing three was wide open. You were relying on guys like Josh Okogie, Damian Lee, and Torrey Craig to make those threes. Now you got Grayson Allen, who can knock down those threes at any point. He looked good last night. So I think that's something great that Suns fans can look forward to from last year.
You know, I think it's interesting that Durant had to reply on Instagram after there was a report the other day with Woj from ESPN, you know, that said that he was upset. He was dissatisfied and he was, you know, didn't
He's
like
always
the
upset.
support. But then he comes out and he says, Woj says somebody feels that I'm frustrated and turned me into being mentally checked out. And then he said, this is blank crazy. These people can flat out lie on my name and make blank up, and you people believe it. But when my coaches and when my coaches and speak on how I am as a teammate, you ignore it. LOL. I don't know. Do you believe Durant when he comes out and says that, hey, what Woj says is not accurate and that people are making it up? I don't know who to win it, who to even believe anymore. But when a player comes right out on Instagram and says, hey, I didn't say that, you have to believe him, right?
Yeah, but then
where's Woj hearing this from?
Woj is the insider. I'm wondering, does he text Kevin Durant, hey, you know, how are you feeling about the Suns? And maybe he interprets it some way else. I don't understand how that rumor even came out to be. But Woj being, you know, probably the number one insider, for him to come out like that, people believe him because he's had so much, you know, validation and so much stuff happen in the past where he's been right. But it's a sticky situation. And with Kevin Durant, what is this, his fourth team?
Yeah.
It's kind of believable because he's always been upset. But his relationship with Devin Booker, I don't know. I'm 50-50 on it. What do you think, Shu?
Yeah, I mean, listen, this team is not firing on all cylinders. And whether or not you believe the rumors of Kevin Durant being upset with the way things are going, the rumors are out there, right? And so there's noise around this team. And look, Kevin Durant has fairly or unfairly gathered a reputation of when things don't go well in a specific city, he looks to bolt to his next place, right? Again, fairly or unfairly, that's the reputation that he has. So when you hear a rumor like that and you see the way the team is playing night in and night out, you kind of put two and two together and you go, yeah, it could make sense. But listen, Kevin Durant's been here for what, half a season last year, and the first 28, 30 games for this season. Not a big enough sample size for me to say, I think Kevin Durant wants out of Phoenix. I don't think that is the case. This is a team that is frustrated because they hold themselves to a very high standard. They hold themselves to a championship standard, and they are nowhere close to that right now through 30 games.
Yeah, it's going to be a while. Hey, and some other news. Tonight you got the Alamo Bowl as Arizona takes on Oklahoma. Number 14, Wildcats. They'll take on number 12, Oklahoma, as Wildcats finish in third place in the Pac-12, 7-2 in the conference, 9-3 overall. And they have not played the Sooners since '89 when they won 6-3. I don't think we're going to see that tonight. I don't think we'll see a 6-3. 7:15 start.
So to our question at the opening segment, I was thinking about college football gifts that you'd like to return.
Okay.
I think Jed Fish could go back and start no Fafita at the beginning of the season. How would they look now?
I don't know, man. Things happen for a reason. That's not a bad one. I can see that. Real quick, some injury notes. Kyler Murray, Marquise Brown, Zaven Collins, Jonathan Ledbetter. They all missed practice yesterday. A little bit later, we'll give you an update on today, what went down today with Howard Balzer. But a little next to last game of the season is on Sunday against the Eagles at 11 o'clock. Headlines are brought to you by the Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. Bet the game, watch the game. The Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. They have 3 live betting windows, 6 self-service betting kiosks, plus they got 8 screens that are dedicated just to the lines. That's at the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. Make plans for the big game, as we'll be there for the big Super Bowl. Looking forward to that. Probably also be there for the national championship game as well. So check it out for yourself. Open daily from 8 to 11. But we're out here at Twin Peaks, Scottsdale, and coming up next, it's our Learner in Row One Call. That's all. I have a feeling it has something to do with the Yotes and our underdog picks of the night or the weekend. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
Hey, it's Jody here, host of The Drive. I'm on a holiday break, probably playing about as good as defense against my 3 daughters as the Arizona Cardinals, and I can't blame injuries. If you thought 2023 was crazy locally, wait until 2024. Happy holidays to you and yours. We're back Tuesday, January 2nd.
The will to win is important, but preparing to win is essential. At Crest Insurance, we understand that the road to success is not one that you go alone. Whether it's your family or business, you're not buying insurance, you're buying protection. That's why so many turn to the professionals at Crest Insurance. Our team has the experience to help you safeguard the things that matter most. It's not just an insurance policy, it's peace of mind.
What's up, guys? Jason Payne, owner of State 48 Roofing. You can find me on Instagram and Facebook, #SexyRoofStatus. At State 48 Roofing, we are family-owned and operated, born and raised in Arizona. We'd love to give back to our schools and community. Contact us at state48roofing.com.
Jenny!
Hey, Jenny!
Jenny, come on in! Steve!
Hey, Steve!
Steve, how you doing?
Meg!
Meg, nice to see you! Hey, Meg!
Arena Sports Grill. Come on out for the sports, off-track betting, incredible food, and friendly faces. The best daily specials in Scottsdale. Arena Sports Grill, 62nd Street in Bell. We know you.
When you use your electric vehicle in autopilot or self-driving mode, accidents can still happen. Whether you're considered at fault or not, you may still have a claim. Lerner & Rowe has a dedicated team skilled in this new science. We are the first law firm in America with the ability to review the proprietary software and hold electric vehicle manufacturers responsible. If you or a loved one were injured in an electric vehicle accident, call Lerner & Rowe today.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 977.
Wait, you're getting your car tomorrow?
Right Toyota, the #1 volume Toyota dealer in the state of Arizona, ensures you a buying experience that will exceed all your expectations. Check it out for yourself. Located just off the 101 on Franklin Wright Boulevard in Scottsdale and online at wrighttoyota.com.
Are you looking for a change in your career path or just looking to get back into the employment market again? Look no further. All City Towing is searching.
I will say, way to wait until like the last possible second.
Current openings are in the areas of customer service, tow truck operators, yard management, facilities maintenance, and
No, I know. I'm just saying it's December 28th.
Rewarding opportunity, a great benefits program, including 401k program with a generous company match, and a company that is a leader.
But now you do need a new car.
Online at allcitytowing.com/careers. Or call All City's HR department at 480-833-7278. All City Towing is Arizona's largest towing transport vehicle storage provider, locally owned and invested within the communities they service. If you enjoy helping others by providing great customer service, working as a team, and possess
because you're going to the park and into the shows and all that stuff.
Apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call 480-833-7278. That's allcitytowing.com.
Yeah, we have an electric car in our house. It's my girlfriend's, and it's nice.
Owned group of auto dealerships. Cars.com. You're at home with Lauren.
Yeah.
This season is a whirlwind of celebration and indulgence. In moments when there's time to catch your breath.
Yeah, but we really like it. We've got the charger plugged into the house and everything.
Fruit and veg-packed food. From smoothies to harvest bowls.
Adds about $150 a month.
The nutrients your body craves. Plus, try Daily Harvest's newest.
She charges it a lot.
Free pastas, delicious.
Probably more than she needs to.
Or spinach pesto. Be happy and healthy this holiday season. Prioritize your well-being and make every moment a celebration. Order at dailyharvest.com and receive up to $65 off your first box with code HARVEST.
It's the Lerner & Rowe.
Okay, yeah, I gotta look at that for her. She's probably doing something, and I don't know about it.
If you're looking for a full-service law firm, just make one call. That's all. 602-977-1900. Lerner & Rowe, voted Arizona's best law firm.
32 seconds remaining. Stripped away.
And then you can throw to the dog picks open whenever you want.
Zucker, Dursey to Zucker. He's stopped by Georgiev. Rebound, it's in! It's in! Coyotes win!
You're hot.
How great is that? Matt McConnell, Tyson Nash with the call. Jack McBain knocks in the game winner with 20 seconds left in the overtime. They overcome a 4-goal deficit, 5-4 Yotes in OT. The Magic and Mullet, that's sticking. When that came down, they're going to call it Mullet. I know why they called it Mullet after the donation, but it works. I mean, Magic, Mullet, all that. I think it's great, and I'm happy that this team is having success. They'll be in Anaheim tomorrow. That leads us to our State 48 Roofing. It's your call question of the day for a free quote repair. We've had some rain. Maybe you're having some issues with your roof. Head to state48roofing.com. Give them a call. They'll come out with a free estimate and tell you what you need to do. I know I had them out recently, and they said, you don't need a new roof, but start saving some money for the roof because you're going to probably need it in 3-4 years. So I thought that was good advice, not trying to, take your money. So check them out, state40roofing.com. What percentage of a chance do you give the Yotes to make the playoffs? Your 4 choices are 25%, 50%, 75%, or 100%. What percentage do you give the Coyotes to make the playoffs? 25, 50, 75, or 100? Head over to our Twitter page at Roc and Manuch and check it out. So there you have our one call of the day. Thanks to Lerner and Rowe. Let's get to our underdog picks of the week.
$1 zillion. The question is, who let the dogs out?
Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out?
Most weekend bettors prefer to lay their money down on favorites because they can't get their head around backing an underdog. Not Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. They're all about the dogs. Time now for the guys' dog picks of the week on Fox Sports 910.
All right, Jax, why don't you kind of recap last week and how we all did? I think we all did well. Well, most of us did.
Yeah, not great.
That are working today.
We'll start with the last place. Our boy Shu, 2-6 so far. Had the Cardinals +4 against the Bears, lost that one. Second to last, Jimmy B, 4-12-1. He got his though. He had the Raiders +10 at the Chiefs. The Raiders would beat the Chiefs. And then it's you and Manuch tied. He's 7-9. You're 7-8, so you get the slight advantage. You had Ravens +5.5 over the 49ers that hit. He had the Commanders -3 and +3. They covered barely. And then yours truly, first place 10-7. I had Duke +7 against Troy, and Duke covered and won against Troy. So you guys want me to take a bye week so you guys can catch up, or?
No,
I'm going to need you to take multiple bye weeks for me to catch up.
I was like 2-12 last year, so I'm very happy to turn around in year 2.
How are we doing on the pick'em on our website?
See, that's
pick'em.com.
I think you're in first place, aren't you?
No, I think I'm in the middle of the pack. I was doing well early on, and then last few weeks I've kind of taken a nosedive. I've been trying to go all chalk in all home teams, and it hasn't been working for me. So
I got you
parity.
by 1.
You got me
You're
by
in the
1?
middle of the pack. I got you by 1. But aren't you in the fantasy championship this weekend? Or is that Manuch?
I lost to Manuch.
No way.
No, Rock, no.
What was the score?
165 to 86.
Wow, he had a week.
Because he had
Amari Cooper, didn't he?
He had Cooper. Yep.
Yeah, there it is.
Like 50 points or something like that. Amari he went off. And Manuch didn't do his draft. He doesn't even know how to do the draft. He doesn't even know how to add or delete guys. He just puts his name on it, going deep. Yeah, so I lost to him. So I don't know who's in the finals now.
I think it's him and then Richie.
Oh, Richie? Okay. Richie's doing well. He's doing well. For a guy that just knows NASCAR, the guy's he's
and
winning.
WNBA.
And WNBA.
And women's college basketball.
Yeah. Well, he can own that. There's a podcast for that for him. He can do that. All right, let's get to Week 17 in the NFL. Our underdog locks, and they got to be at least 3 points to be an underdog. I really struggled on this one. I couldn't really find any. I probably should have went college, but I missed that. I didn't see that in the notes. I wish I would have. Now that I look at my picks, and I see that both you guys are going with college. Because I like the picks that you guys have.
You can go college if you want.
No, you can pivot.
Me and Shu can go.
I'm the older one here. I'm the dad here. I'm going to go with the NFL. You guys can stay with the college. Detroit and Dallas. I think you can make an argument against the Lions that since they clinched their first NFC South title since '93, there could be a letdown, right? We could see a letdown. It's a big number at +6. So I am going to run with the Lions. against the Dallas Cowboys as my underdog pick of the week.
Okay, Manuch is going Raiders plus 3.5 against the Colts. Hot right now. I like that pick at the Colts. For me, college route, this line was weird. At the beginning, when this matchup was announced, Ohio State was a heavy favorite, 6.5, and then Kyle McCord leaving. Marvin Harrison Jr. going to play. It went to like Mizzou favored by 2. Now the lines changed. Ohio State favored by 3.5. It's looking like Marvin Harrison Jr. is going to play, but I'm not too confident in Devin Brown. Give me Mizzou plus 3.5. They got everybody playing in this game, and I think this game means more to Mizzou. I think they're going to come out flying, blazing, everything and more. I got Mizzou covered.
I had heard that all 21 starters
2 minutes
were not going to play. That was 2 weeks ago. Now that you're hearing, Marvin Harrison Jr. may play, I can't imagine him playing.
He's practicing, though. I think he's going to play.
I hope he does.
That's a risk. That's a big risk.
But that's like
it's
football,
like
though. Anyone can get hurt at any moment.
These bowl games are a joke. I mean, Utah got beat the other day. I mean, you're seeing
to Northwestern.
Yes, I'm like, come on. I mean, it's like it's a joke, and here we are on the next pick with Shu taking liberty.
Yeah, so let me explain myself here.
Please.
And
all the
wish
time you need.
I wish Manuch was here to defend me and back me up on this, because the day after the bowls got announced and the Fiesta Bowl game was released to the world, and we knew it was going to be Liberty versus Oregon. After the show, Manuch records his teases for the next day, the promos that run on the station. And I told him in that post-show discussion, I said, Manuch, I want you to be the person I tell this to, so you can tell everybody on the show when I make the pick that I was ahead on this. I'm taking Liberty plus the 17. We see time and time again that these big programs go to these big time bowl games, and they may sometimes they waltz in there and they're not as high energy. They're not up for the games the way these other mid-major teams are. We've seen UCF do this. Yeah. We've seen Tulane do this to USC a couple years ago. We've got Boise State has done this in the Fiesta Bowl. We have examples on examples of teams doing this. I don't even need Liberty to win the game like the 3 examples I just mentioned. I just need them to cover 3 scores, 17 points for one of the best statistically offenses in all of college football in 2023. Give me Liberty plus 17 in the Fiesta Bowl.
I will give you Liberty plus 17 in the first half. Then the second half is where it's going to go downhill.
You might be right.
I think it's just it's similar to when you see an Ohio State play a MAC school. The MAC school plays them so tough that first half, and then they just roll them in the second. These kids are, as you said, Shoot, good point. They're pumped up. They're ready to go. But they don't have the butt guts up front. They don't got the meat that Oregon has up front. Oregon, you could have made a case that you should have been in the national championship. I mean, they were right there.
It's a good team.
Was impressive too. I was going to say, sorry to interrupt.
What's their biggest win?
Conference USA, AAC with Tulane, and how bad USC's defense was. I Tulane winning that. Now you look back and say, okay, that's reasonable. But Oregon's defense, Oregon's offense, I don't know, Shu.
Listen, I don't need them to win. Oregon can still win the game by 2 touchdowns. So then we're fine. But I think Liberty plus 17, I think they are competitive enough to keep this game within 3 scores.
Name one player on that team.
I would not be able to do that for you in this segment of the show. But again, that's not what we're doing here. I'm just making picks. Just be competitive. That's all I need you to do.
I can't name one either, and I'm on the Fiesta Bowl committee.
Caden Salter, the quarterback.
Where's he?
Perfect.
USA,
throw touchdowns, my guy.
USA
Throw touchdowns.
Transfer from UCF. There you go. Rob.
Hey, we've talked about our own beer. We've had our own sandwich and things of that sort. Now we have our own secret menu at BKD's Backyard Joint in Chandler. Every Sunday after 3 o'clock, you just got to ask for it. It's there, and it's big discounts. Usually you don't get discounts on Sundays at a lot of restaurants, but check it out, BKD's Backyard Joint, located at Pecos and McQueen in Chandler. Coming up next, we are going to catch up with former Pac-12 play-by-play football analyst Yogi. He is covering the Sugar Bowl. We'll talk to him about that, as well as how the Pac-12 has been doing overall and what he sees maybe tonight with Arizona and Oklahoma. So we'll get into that and get his thoughts on the Final Four college football playoff, as it promises to be one of the closest in the 10-year history of the event. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B here on Fox Sports 910 from Twin Peaks.
Behold. Here's what's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix.
Kyler Murray, Hollywood Brown, Zaven Collins all sat out practice yesterday for the Cardinals. They're gearing up for that showdown game against the Eagles on Sunday. Let's move to the Suns. They were winners over the Rockets yesterday. KD with a great effort, his 18th career triple-double, 27, 10, and 16. College football, number 14, Arizona, up against number 12, Oklahoma tonight in the Alamo Bowl. Wildcats looking for their first bowl win since 2015. I'm Dan Gutowski on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Hi, I'm Dominic from Venezia's. Let's talk holiday catering. We can cater for just a few or a few hundred.
That's right, Dominic. Ordering for your holiday party is easy at Venezia's. We'll work with you and develop a menu that can include pizza, pasta, salads, and even stromboli. We serve authentic Italian food using only the freshest ingredients. It's food that will leave everyone begging for more.
Holiday catering from Venezia's. Check out our catering menu at venezias.com.
Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado features a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. It's why they won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant in all 7 Barrio Queen locations. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of Game Day.
Get ready for double the fun on the 101. Introducing the Salt River Rewards Program at Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort, the Valley's newest and best. With multiple tiers and endless benefits, we've got something for everyone. Don't miss out on the excitement. Salt River Rewards, the Valley's premier player rewards program, now at Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort. 2 properties, 1 amazing club, offering limitless fun on the 101. Discover the best in the Valley at saltriverrewards.com.
There are many signs that you may be in financial trouble. Late mortgage payments, paying bills from your retirement account, or paying one credit card with another. If you're experiencing financial hardship, bankruptcy may be right for you. The credit industry wants you to believe that bankruptcy is bad and will destroy your credit forever, but that's just not true. At Lerner & Rowe Law Group, we'll take the time to carefully examine your situation and develop a plan that is right for you. Call Lerner & Rowe Law Group today for a free consultation.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Sean Forster, Managing Attorney.
See your Valley Chevy dealers today for the Red Tag Sales event going on now. 'Tis the season for a new Chevy. See your Valley Chevy dealers today.
Come chill and get your fill at Arena Sports Grill. Arena Sports Grill is your home for Nebraska Cornhusker football and the National Football League. Watch all your favorite sports, plus off-track wagering with the ponies. Arena even caters to the night owls with breakfast on the weekends till 2. NFL Mondays and Thursdays are packed with happy hour specials daily till 7 and other incredible drink and food specials. It's Arena Sports Grill, 64th Street in Bell, North Scottsdale's friendly sports bar since 1998.
The triple-digit heat is finally gone, and that's something really worth celebrating. Why don't you celebrate with Plum Smart? Right now, they're offering a free heating and AC system tune-up plus free water heater flush. It's their way of saying thank you to all their radio listeners and welcoming back the winter visitors. So if you want a free heating and AC system tune-up plus free water heater flush, book your service today at itsjustplumsmart.com. That's itsjustplumsmart.com, because plumbers and AC guys charge too much.
A homeowner just like you.
Hey.
Decides to fix his roof.
Nothing from Yogi.
He backs up his truck, ties one end of the rope to the bumper and the other to himself.
Smart.
He's working on the backside of the roof until...
What? Wait, no.
Yes.
I have an interesting college football story if we don't get him and you want to do something.
A few bruises and
Okay.
pride.
Rock, I specifically want your thoughts on this as somebody who works on a bowl game.
Repairs and replacements. Of course, licensed, insured, and bonded. From residential to commercial. State48roofing.com.
Check out what DraftKings has to offer with code SPORTS, because life's more fun when you're in on the action. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Age and eligibility restrictions apply. Void where prohibited. See DraftKings.com for details.
You're hot.
College football playoff. I think it's going to come down to all these games just being outstanding. You know, you got 2 New Year's Day semifinals. And the combined spread of these two games is just 6 points, according to FanDuel. You got Michigan is a 1.5 favorite over Alabama in the Rose. Texas is a 4.5 point favorite over Washington in the Sugar. And depending on who you talk to, some people think it's going to be Michigan, Texas. Some people think it's going to be Alabama, Washington, or Alabama, Texas. Or right now, I have Alabama, Texas, Alabama winning it all.
Ooh, rematch from week 2.
Yeah, I do. I think Michigan's unbelievable, and this has nothing to do with me not being a Michigan fan. I just think there's so much turmoil going on over there. I don't know how these kids can stay focused. And then you got a Saban, who is arguably one of the best college football coaches of all time. He's going to have his guys ready. And they haven't been to a Rose Bowl in a long time. Michigan's been there. But I don't know. That's why you play the games. I think they're going to be a lot of fun. I mean, I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And, tonight you got Arizona and Oklahoma going at it in San Antonio. Games at about, I think, 7:15.
It's going to be a great game.
It will be, 12th ranked. Oklahoma's final game as a Big 12 member. It'll be Arizona's final game as a member of a Pac-12 as they'll join the Big 12. And, of course, Oklahoma heading over to the Southeastern Conference. But, again, 7:15 start on ESPN. Some other games that'll be coming up in the Pac-12. Oregon State. They got Notre Dame in the Sun Bowl. We talked about the Fiesta Bowl with the Liberty Flames and the Oregon Ducks. It's 11 o'clock on Monday. Still a few tickets left on that one, which will be kind of cool. And, the coach, DeBoer from Washington, as you know, that neck of the woods, South Dakota, as they prepare for this game against Texas, he grew up in the state of South Dakota. He was the head coach at Sioux Falls when the Cougars won 3 NAIA championships from 2006 2009. And he's had 6 coaching stops in 12 years since leaving Sioux Falls. Unbelievable record, 103-11 at NAIA and NCAA levels. They are talking about Mount Rushmore of football there in the Mount Rushmore state of putting him up there if Washington wins the national title.
Wow.
That's pretty big.
It's insane. I mean, all he does is win, and I think it starts with him and Michael Penix Jr. It's going to come down to who can throw against the respective defenses. Texas, really bad pass defense. I don't know how they're going to be able to stop him. Joe Moore Award, they give it out to the best offensive lineman. That is the group of Washington. So 11 sacks they've allowed all season. Can Texas pressure Penix, get him off balance? These teams played each other in the Alamo Bowl last year. So it's crazy to see the rematch a year later and to see how these teams are going to end up. I think it's going to be a great game. -4, though, you've got Texas winning.
I think if you look at Washington in the Pac-12 era, to end it on a high note, to get them to snap the Pac-12 6-year college football playoff drought by going 13-0, beating Oregon twice. They're heading to the Big Ten, and now the the Pac-12 will only have 2 teams remaining, as we know. To see Michael Penix Jr., who's had an incredible college career, show off. He had a trip to the Heisman. I mean, his numbers are off the charts this year. 33 touchdowns, just 9 picks, over 4,200 yards. Man, they have the best passing attack in the nation. And if they come in and take care of Texas, which I think is going to be a big task, and they take it off, and that'd be great. It's great for the Pac-12. It's bittersweet that last year we have so much success in the Pac-12, so many good schools that had that did quite well. I mean, the Oregon State, the Washingtons, Oregon State, Arizona. I mean, we can go on. And then you had a subpar year for like USC, which was unfortunate. Imagine if they would have had a better year, we would have any more conversation about the Pac-12. Sorry we didn't get Yogi Roth. He is actually in Atlanta, so it struggled to catch up with him.
So Quinn Ewers getting the start there at Texas. The only thing that hurts Texas in this whole thing, Quinn Ewers had some injury history. Malik Murphy, transfer portal. The backup quarterback, kind of ironic, Arch Manning. This game's played in New Orleans. Grandpa Archie Manning.
Yeah.
Former Saints. That could be a storyline happening. But that's the only thing I would say on Texas's part. He's been injured in the past. That right there, I don't know how Arch Manning can, live up to the hype, I guess. First start, first game in the CFP, a lot of pressure. Could you imagine that though? Is Grandpa's Stadium stomping ground?
It would be a good storyline, But I know many of you don't like the bowl season. I do. I love the bowls. Both, the Kansas and UNLV game. I don't know what it is at Chase Field, but when it was called the Insight Bowl, Jobbing.com Bowl, whatever, it's been all different names. It is always a dogfight. It is. You were there. I mean, always a great game, and I like the fact that it was a little earlier than normal. Most of those games start after 8. This one started right after what?
It was like 7
o'clock.
I think it was 7 on the dot. Yeah,
and which was good. Good ESPN. It came across great on television, and it was a battle, man. They were going back and forth, and that's what makes those games great. And, hey, the bowl experience is fun for the kids. I think it's fun for the towns. Doesn't matter where it is, and you're seeing some pretty good attendance numbers. I mean, people are like, "Oh, there's too many bowls. Too many bowls." Why? What do you care if there's too many bowls?
So, Rock, let me ask you a question about this, because this conversation happens every year, and it gets magnified the more and more players choose to opt out of playing in the bowl game. And this is not my idea. I don't want to take credit for it, but I saw this on Twitter kind of making the rounds yesterday, and I want your thoughts as somebody who works closely with one of the more prestigious bowls in all of college football. What if, in order to protect against all of these players opting out, instead of the bowls being played at the end of the season as they were now, that when all of these bowls get announced, they are the team's first game for the next season? Meaning that this would count towards their what would be 2024, 2025 record, and we would play these in August in the summertime. So it would still be a bowl. It would still have all of the same. The locations would be the same. The sponsors would be the same. We are literally just changing when these games are played on the calendar, because then at the start of the season, you will have everybody engaged, wanting to play, because this game could make or break whether or not this team makes a run in the college football playoff standings.
Huh.
1 minute.
It's weird though, because if you're a senior and you work hard to try to get those 6 wins, you can't plan it because it's in the next season.
Right,
but you do start out with one if you were bowl eligible the year prior.
That would only happen once, right? The first year that you make this transition, there would be a group of kids that would kind of be left out without a bowl game. But I'm just trying to bring to the table what somebody suggested as a way to potentially fix a lot of the conversation that we have about players opting out. If you want to stop that, this would be a way to do it.
I think the problem is television is not going to allow it. Do they need programming in August? Possibly. What's going on? You got baseballs, all that's really going on.
To start the college football season with all of these bowl games in all of these different cities, and you would have these matchups that are not traditional, right? You'd be playing teams that you would never schedule during non-conference play.
Would you go all the bowl games, but now just let the playoff continue?
Yes. The playoff would still occur during the time it would need to occur.
Which includes the New Year's 6 bowls, except 2, I think, get knocked out every year. They're rotating, or one.
Well, I guess I would have to. I guess I'm very visual. I guess I would have to see it on a whiteboard.
It's not it's not a completely fleshed out idea, but it's just one approach to potentially fixing the opt out issue that people have.
I get it, man. I'll take anything. The transfer portal is killing postseason football for college.
Do you think the portal's killing them more? Do you think Christian McCaffrey earlier with the opt outs, or do you think NIL? And I guess NIL is with the portal.
It's a combination of all of it. It's just I don't know what the solution is, and I haven't seen anybody really propose anything. It's interesting what Shu's saying right now. For 30 bowl games or 30. I don't know how many games you would
43 right
No,
now.
but how many you would play in August or in September? I do like those kickoff classic games when you got a Florida State playing a Notre Dame or something to kick off the season. I love those games.
And this would be this would be a way to kind of have a new version of that, right? And you're adding games next year, right? When you go to 12, the 12-team playoff, you're adding more games that are going to be played at teams' field. So it's not as if you're going to completely go down to 3 games for the college football playoff. You're adding a first round. There are buys. You'll still have stuff going throughout the month of December and into January when you would determine a national champion. So there still would be college football on your television screens, but it would just change the way players would choose to opt out.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'll have to table that. But if you want to have a meeting, put it on the whiteboard, and then we can discuss it. Then I'll get all the Yell Jackets in the room, and we'll figure it all out. So, hey, we need a contestant to challenge one of the beautiful young ladies here at Twin Peaks in Scottsdale. as we'll take the fifth caller at 602-260-9191. 602-260-9191. It's our weekly Twin Peaks picks. Thanks to Blue Moon and Coors Light. That's next, right here on Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
Clear. This is The Odd Couple with Chris Broussard and Rob Parker.
Aaron Rodgers, as it turns out, will not return this season. Look, more power to Aaron Rodgers if he can play 2 or more years.
I don't think that there's any chance that he plays 2 years there.
Even if he plays well next year?
I'm not so sure he's going to stay healthy next year. That's what I'm afraid of.
With Chris Broussard and Rob Parker. Today at 5, tell your smart speaker to play Fox Sports 910.
When it comes to insurance, we don't focus on the competition. We focus on our customers. At Crest Insurance Group, customer service is not what we do, but who we are. Now more than ever, businesses and families are turning to knowledgeable partners to help provide them with the insurance coverages they need. We've worked hard to become one of the country's top independent agencies, and our clients benefit from our vision, experience, and outstanding service. Contact Crest and let our insurance professionals tell you what they see. You'll be glad you did.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, you're in the red zone for every college rivalry and divisional matchup all season long. I mean, where else are the scenic views as good as your view of the game? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Hi, I'm attorney Kevin Rowe. Recently, Lerner & Rowe was named the second most influential law firm in the United States. Although we have offices in other parts of the country, Glenn and I both live here and raise our families here. We are your local law firm. No other law firm in the state comes close to the experience, reputation, and results as Lerner & Rowe. When you're hurt in a wreck and need a check, call the law firm that can get you the results you need. Call Lerner & Rowe.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Looking for a change in your career? All City Towing is searching for motivated teammates to join their team. Current openings now available in customer service, tow truck operators, yard management, facilities maintenance, and dispatch. Apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call 480-833-7278.
Frankie drives end-to-end, scoops it up and in with 2 seconds left. Frankie Collins end-to-end.
Join the action this season and catch USC, UCLA, Washington, and Arizona when they come to Desert Financial Arena in the final year of the Pac-12 Conference.
Collins over to Lance for 3. Bullseye!
Get your tickets today by calling 480-965-5812 or go online to sundeviltickets.com. Sun Devil Men's Basketball, onward to victory.
Do more together this holiday in a new Chevy. Take on more adventure in the strong and capable Chevy Silverado. More confidence in the Chevy Equinox, winner of the J.D. Power Award for initial quality among compact SUVs 2 years running. And more value in the all-new Chevy Trax with an available 11-inch diagonal touchscreen. Bring the holidays together in a new Chevy. See your Valley Chevy dealers. For J.D. Power 2023 U.S. Initial Quality Study Award information, visit jdpower.com/awards.
Upper Crust Pizza, Patio, and Wine Bar is your home for a variety of homemade, made-to-order pizzas, calzone, pastas, and more. But it's more than great Italian food. It's your home for college and pro football. Watch games all weekend. Plus, enter to win a free big screen TV every month. Upper Crust is the official home of the Ohio State Alumni Club of Phoenix. Upper Crust, on the southeast corner of Cave Creek and the 101, always has incredible daily specials. Pizza and football. A perfect match at Upper Crust Pizza, Patio, and Wine Bar.
I'm Byron Brown, personal injury attorney. Can you tell by the music that I'm educated and experienced? How about now? Can you tell I'm tough and I'll fight for you? That I'm down to kick it with y'all? That's a bunch of bullshit. When it comes to your personal injury case, I'm straight to the point. I'll answer your call. No BS. I'm Byron Brown, the anti-lawyer lawyer.
It's Macy's After Christmas Sale with incredible
Rock.
year-end deals, like 25 to 70%.
So Randall is our player. I've got his picks. His phone was being really weird, so I will just read his picks on the air.
And 50% off designer bags.
So Randall is who's playing. I've got
card services and fees. More at Macy's.com/Star Rewards. Savings off regular and sale prices. Exclusions apply.
for Peaks Picks, your weekly chance to win a $50 Twin
Here we go.
Peaks man card by outscoring one of the beautiful Twin Peaks girls. Today's Twin Peaks challenge is poured by Blue Moon and Coors Light. Twin Peaks, the ultimate sports lodge and home of the 29-degree man-sized drafts. Twin Peaks, the best views in the game. Open in Scottsdale, Phoenix, Tempe, Glendale, and Deer Valley.
You're hot.
All right, it's our Peaks picks. We got Randall is competing against one of our veterans who is like 16-2.
Really, I am.
You're really good
record,
at this.
Yeah,
beautiful record. Absolutely. Francis here at the Scottsdale location. And when are you here? I mean, I know you don't need to work much, but when you are here, when you do have to work.
When I have to come into work, I work Monday and Thursday night football.
Okay.
So I can make fun of everybody's teams that lose.
Yeah.
And then I'm always here Friday mornings. Fran Fridays.
Oh, that
You know
is.
this.
I forgot about that.
Fran
yeah.
Fridays.
Fran Friday, especially during Phoenix Open Week. All right. So we got 3 games you're going to pick from today. Jets and Browns. That's the Thursday night game here at Twin Peaks. Then Cardinals are at the Eagles on Sunday at 11 o'clock. And then the big game of the week is Dolphins and Ravens. So that's the game that we'll need to score. So let's start with the New York Jets at the Cleveland Browns. Who you like this one?
I definitely got to go with the Browns. I feel so bad the Jets just can't get it together.
You feel bad about it? Why?
I don't know. I really wanted to root for Zach Wilson, and I just don't think
He's just a cute guy, or just
I think I like that he's into older women.
Oh, really? You like that? Okay. All right. Who did Randall go with, Shu?
Randall also went with the Browns. Didn't give that level of analysis on the phone with me, but did go with the Browns.
All right, Jax.
All right, second one, Cardinals and the Eagles.
Oh,
Cardinals are an 11-point underdog. Eagles hot after that win against the Giants. Cardinals struggling. Who do you like, Fran?
I so badly want to root for Arizona, but it's like they just don't make it easy. Like I have to go with the Eagles. It makes the most sense. I mean, Jalen Hurts is just going off right now. I played him against in fantasy last week. He kicked my butt.
Ooh. You didn't get the championship?
I'm fighting for third right now.
It's impressive.
Yeah.
Shu, who does Randall have?
Randall also selecting the Eagles.
Makes sense.
Okay, and then the last one that we need to discuss is the Dolphins, the Miami Dolphins, and the Baltimore Ravens. And why don't you give us a score on this one, because you both picked the Browns and Eagles.
I'm definitely going with the Ravens. Lamar Jackson is my quarterback, so I need him to score points in fantasy.
As in fantasy. Okay.
Yeah, he's carrying the team on his back right now besides McCaffrey, but yeah, I need him to do well.
Okay.
The score, I'm feeling 21-34. I think the Ravens got it. I feel good about them.
Okay.
I think they're hungry.
And for Randall.
Well, this will be the game that'll decide it, because Randall went with the Dolphins 24-18.
Really?
Interesting.
Okay.
All right. Well, good job, Randall. Appreciate you playing. All right, Francis. So tell us, you got Blue Moon and Coors Light Thursdays.
Yes.
And
our happy hour, 3 to 6.
Okay.
All 22-ounce draft beers. Every single one. Your favorite one, my favorite one, Randall's favorite one.
Okay.
$2 off.
$2
till
off.
6.
Okay. All right.
And then we also have all of our well liquor and all of our appetizers, special appetizers, $2 off too as well. So
what goes on like Fran Fridays? So I mean, is there
Fran Fridays?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm here.
Okay.
So hello.
There's,
yeah. I mean,
you don't need to have specials.
Yeah, you don't need to have specials. I mean, the atmosphere is crazy. We've got all the girls here. Let's see, Friday, I believe that we've got our house beers on special too.
Okay,
We've
all
got
right.
that dirty blonde, the naughty brunette, and the redhead. The beers, the girls are here too. But
Okay, girls are, but that's secondary to the beers, right?
yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Coldest beer in
Course,
town, 29-degree draft beer.
you can't beat
You don't
that.
go to B-Dubs and have
So,
warm beer.
do you have big plans for New Year's Eve, or?
I am actually going camping at the Sand Dunes. My dirt bike just got finished. I know, I'm a
dirt
jack
bike?
of all trades.
Well,
I know you're
no
so
idea.
impressed.
You got a dirt bike?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so I got to set up my fantasy before I leave because I'm not going to have service, which is why I lost like the second week. I probably could be fighting for first right now. I'd have the points for it, but a bunch of my
3
players
minutes.
are benched.
Well, good luck on the
Yeah.
sand dunes, and be careful out there. All right.
Take pictures for you guys.
Yeah, please do. So, all right, there you have it. Randall, good luck to you. Hopefully you'll get a W there. And Francis, thank you.
Thank you,
for
guys.
joining us. So there you have it. Don't forget, still time to get in our annual Twin Peaks Fan Pick'em, which is powered by Blue Moon and Coors Light. Make your picks for each pro game. Great prizes, $50 man cards here. It's all free. Never too late to play. Go to fanpick'em.com. By the way, on this day, Diamondback fans are going to love this one. 1998, the Tigers signed free agent Greg Jeffries to a 2-year contract and then traded outfielder Luis Gonzalez to the Arizona Diamondbacks for Kareem Garcia. That's a good trivia question that I know, Shu, you probably would have known that answer, right? Would you have known that up the top of your head?
No, it would have taken me a little bit to get there. But
Really?
that
disappoints me.
Listen, I can't know everything, Rock.
I know, but
mean,
you're our baseball insider. You even had your own segment, I heard.
I understand, but this one would have stumped me. Yes.
Stove talk.
2
Man.
minutes.
Also, sadly, on this day, just 2 years ago, we lost John Madden, the Pro Football Hall of Fame coach, the Raiders sportscaster. It's 16 Emmys. Wow. He was 85 years old. So there's what's on this day. But you just heard Francis and her picks. We do it every week, all throughout the year. Football this time of year, and it'll come down to the Dolphins and Ravens on who wins that one. Coming up in the top of the hour, for me, this is a treat. I'm very fortunate to be able to do talk radio, but when you get to interview your favorite sportscaster, play-by-play guy, and it's not Jimmy B, Merrill Reese of the Philadelphia Eagles is going to join us coming up here at the Howard Balzer a little bit later.
1 minute.
Charlie Regal as well from Arizona State. So a busy hour number 3 here on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Jimmy B off, Dan Manucci off. He's I reached out to him because his daughter's getting married tomorrow in Colorado.
Nice guy.
And I reached out and I said, don't hurt yourself on the dance floor. And he goes, I can't wait to groove
40
on the floor.
Oh,
it's the most Manuch answer of all time.
Get his groove on.
Yeah, there it is.
Groove on.
You know what? I take it back. That's the most Manuch answer of all time.
I butchered that. I should
30.
have read that. He's
Did
like,
he say?
I can't wait to get my groove on.
Did you tell him to keep on after?
I should have said, just keep on. Yeah, he's
20.
He's excited. He says he can't wait. He said he's excited to walk her down the aisle, plus his half-hour speech he's going to do.
Oh my gosh, I can't imagine how much paper.
10.
The voice of the Philadelphia Eagles, Merrill Reese, next here on Fox Sports. Time 10.
Clear.
Arizona's headquarters for Toyotas is Wright Toyota. Hey, Rock, for my friends at Wright Toyota in Scottsdale.
I think that was the wildest Peaks pick segment I've ever been a part of.
Toyota has been driving Arizona's home for years with their amazing.
I said that is probably the most interesting Peaks Picks segment I've ever been a part of.
Discover the difference at Wright Toyota. Make the right choice, Wright Toyota, just off the 101 on Franklin Wright Boulevard.
Brought to you by Pfizer.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, you're in the red zone for every college rivalry and divisional matchup all season long. On game day, you never have to decide which teams to watch, only what combination of bites, burgers, wings, and more to order. Plus, where else are your favorite draft beers always poured at a frozen 29 degrees? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Get wings the way you want them. Try Twin Peaks wings bone-in breaded, naked, smoked and grilled, or boneless in your favorite sauce or rub.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
The Herd with Colin Cowherd. Tomorrow from 10 to 1. This is KGME Phoenix, KESC HD2 Phoenix. Listen on the free iHeartRadio app for all your sports talk, podcasts, and music. Free never sounded so good.
Cardinals look to play spoiler on Sunday against the Eagles. Former Eagles DC Jonathan Gannon returning to Philly for the first time since becoming the head coach for the Cardinals. Number 14 Arizona is up against number 12 Oklahoma tonight in the Alamo Bowl. The Wildcats making their 22nd bowl appearance in program history. College hoops tomorrow night. It's 4th-ranked Wildcats taking on Cal.
He's there.
The Sun Devils visit Stanford, also looking for a 4th straight win. I'm Dan Gutowski on Fox Sports.
Yeah, you've got 20 seconds worth of spots.
Everywhere on the free
we're coming back real quick.
Radio app.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
All right, I've got them locked in, and I'm afraid to dump them.
Mostly sunny skies out there. Temperatures in those mid to low 60s, and then for tonight.
All right, well, if I accidentally drop them, then I got to call them back.
Into the low 40s. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Ty Brennan.
This report is sponsored by Boost Infinite.
Boost Infinite's new wireless technology gives you 3 networks for the price of 1 and better service at a lower price.
Couldn't get them back.
Switch today.
No, I didn't drop them. I couldn't even get to them.
That's boostinfinite.com.
You're hot.
All right, just after 3 o'clock, Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Rock along with Jackson Shu today. We gave Manuch and Jimmy B the day off. As we look ahead to Sunday, as the Philadelphia Eagles locked in a playoff spot before the Monday's win over the Giants, they can win the last 2 and take home the division title and be the first team to win the NFC East in consecutive seasons since the 2001 to 2004 seasons. And joining us now is the voice of the Philadelphia Eagles, Merrill Reese. Merrill, it's Rock and Jackson Shu. Thanks so much for jumping on with us. How you making out? Happy Merry Christmas to you.
Same to you, and it should be a good New Year's for the Eagles anyhow. And I think you guys are in good shape in the future, too, because I think a lot of Jonathan Gannon. I think he's a terrific coach.
Really do. It's first year. That happens in the first year. But what type of welcoming do you think you'll get from that Philadelphia crowd? Myself being a Philly guy, I think and I'm just curious. There's been a lot of talk this week and the boos and all that stuff and all that other, minutia that you hear about this.
I think anybody coming home in that situation will probably hear from the Boo Birds, but I don't think it's anything serious. Nick Sirianni talked about it and laughed about it, but he said he has the highest regard for JG. We call him JG. I don't know if you still call him JG there. and he's a great guy, and he's a really, really bright, capable coach.
There's been a lot of talk about the defense for the Eagles this year, and I don't think people realize. What was it, Merrill? Was it 4 or 5 starters they lost from last year?
Well, they did lose significant starters. There's no doubt about that.
Because people are making a big case about all the changes there in defense, and I'm saying to myself, well, you lost your coach and you lost a bunch of personnel. That's usually going to affect the defense. Me myself being an Eagles fan, kind of rooting for him, and I'm like, come on, pump the brakes, some of the people out there.
But they did gain some people too. I mean, the first round draft choice, Jalen Carter is a force. Jordan Davis, who really went through some growing pains last year. He has become a tremendous run stopper and a really good player. I think Reed Blankenship in his second year is really comfortable as a safety. They have they still have Bradbury. James Bradbury is back, but he struggled a little bit. Darius Slay is out right now. He had arthroscopic surgery a week ago, so I think he's out for another couple of weeks. but and they have some young people who are really seeing the field for the first time.
Hey, Merrill, how pivotal has Dallas Goedert back on the offense been for this team? I mean, 18 targets in his last 2 games seems to be opening things up on the outside for A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. How big is it to have him back in November as you conclude the season ahead of the playoffs?
He's a great player. He's a great player. But the funny thing is, when he first came back, he wasn't targeted as much as a lot of us thought he should have been. But now he's a big part of the offense once again. The thing with Dallas Goedert is he is great catching the football, and he is great in yards after the catch. He runs like a fullback. He's really an outstanding player.
Merrill, when you look at this team in regards to having confidence again, the three games, losing that, that hurts. San Francisco had to go through the same thing earlier this season, and they were able to overcome it. Do you feel that this team has that confidence back? Did they do enough against the Giants, or it's going to take maybe another game or two?
Well, I thought they did enough against the Giants, except that they made it a little closer than they had to. I mean, they were up 20-3 at the half, and then Boston Scott took the opening kickoff in the third quarter, and Olamide Zaccheaus was blocked into him. And somebody said that was only the second time this season the Eagles forced a fumble, and it was one of their own players. And the Giants had a short field, and then they threw at Tyrod Taylor, and before you knew it, they were back in the game. So a few things happened, but I'll tell you this. This is a good football team.
Yeah.
And I think that if you look at teams over the years, everybody has their rough spells. And I think from an Eagles standpoint that their rough spell is now in the rearview mirror, and they're starting to roll again.
Hey, Merle, it came out a couple weeks ago that, the tush push might get banned after this season. You've been the voice of the Eagles for a long time. What's it like, I guess, calling that play? And is that one of your favorite plays that you've called during your career? The tush push, the brotherly shove, however you want to phrase it.
Well, I can't say it's right up there with a 90-yard bomb or an 80-yard punt return. But it's amazing that the Eagles are really in first down and 9 when they get the football, because they know if they were anywhere within 2 yards of a first down, they can go into that formation. I don't see why it would be outlawed. I saw somebody do an interview and say it's not a football play, and they were interviewing a rugby coach, and the rugby coach said it is not a rugby play. I mean, in a rugby play, you have the ball between the two teams, and then they fight for it. In this case, it goes with the offensive team. And I think people want it banned because they can't do it and because it hurts their team. But it's a legitimate play. And plus, I think one of the problems in the game today is there are too many penalties. If you outlawed that, you'd have to throw in the flags every time a back helped the other back or a receiver was pushed forward. I mean, we see that so often in a regular quarterback sneak. But it's just that the Eagles have made this thing a science, and they are almost unstoppable. But look, I think teams are just going to have to learn to do it and succeed at it and learn how to stop it. That's all.
Interesting enough, we're watching the Rutgers-Miami bowl game, and Rutgers just did it to score. So it's definitely caught on.
Here in Philadelphia, a lot of us call it the brotherly shove.
Yep. Absolutely. I love
Classic name. To your point earlier, talking about the Arizona Cardinals, you're doing prep work right now, preparing for this game. As an outsider looking in, how do you view the Arizona Cardinals? How do you feel Jonathan Gannon's done his first year? And where do you kind of see, the Cardinals moving forward with Jonathan Gannon, a guy that you're familiar with in Philly?
Well, I think that the Cardinals are going to be moving forward and upward with Jonathan Gannon because I think he's an extremely bright guy. The key is for any coach, he has to have the personnel. So if the personnel department and the guys who scout and make the decisions on the draft, if they do their job, if they give him the players, if they give him the roster, he will win. I mean, there's no doubt in my mind that Jonathan Gannon will take that team forward and into contention. But you have to have the roster. I think it hurt a great deal when you've only had, the 7th game for Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray is a great talent. Matt Patricia, who is now assuming the defensive coordinator's job, talked about him yesterday, and he said he's one of the rare players who can go from still to top speed in a blink. I mean, other guys have to go 5-10 yards as they get faster. He can go any place. It just on the first step, he's almost at full speed. He's a now you see him, now you don't back. He can throw, he can do it all. But I think as this team surrounds him with talent, I mean, you've got to have more than a couple of receivers who can break open a game. I think you have a great running back in James Conner. He's very, very solid. But I think they need more talent overall, and I think they need certainly more talent on the defensive side of the ball.
Merrill, last one, and we do appreciate your time. Former Eagle Eric Allen among the 15 finalists for the NFL Hall of Fame class of 2024. You know, I grew up back there when he played, and I was such a big fan. I think it was 7 years, if I'm not mistaken, he was with the Eagles. Just on your thoughts on him being nominated, and do you think he's got a good shot to get in?
The crime is that he wasn't put into the Hall of Fame 15 years ago.
Okay,
I mean, he's been deserving for years and years and years. He's a 6-time Pro Bowler.
Yeah.
Those in Philadelphia still can get. You can probably look it up. You can probably Google the 93-yard interception return he made against the Jets on a Boomer Esiason pass. That's one of the greatest plays I've ever called. He must have gone back and forth across the field 3 times during that 93 yards. And you look down and you called, and there are bodies strewn all over the field in his wake. But not just that. He led the Eagles in interceptions. He was a leader on and off the field. He's one of the best people I've ever known in sports. He personifies everything that the Hall of Fame is about. He absolutely has to get in this year. Absolutely.
I hope you're right. I know Ricky Walters fell off that list. I know he's not the level of Eric Allen, but I hope Eric gets in. Merrill, you're one of my favorites. I've been doing this 25 years, and you've always been nice every year when the Cardinals are playing the Eagles. You jump on with us. So thanks so much as always. Happy New Year, and thanks as always.
The same to you guys. Hopefully we'll have a very exciting game.
I think we will. Merrill Reese, the Eagles play-by-play voice, joining us here on the Right to It Against on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix. Appreciate him taking some time. Yeah, Eric Allen, a guy that I grew up, loving. He played for 14 seasons and 54 career interceptions. 54. Wow. 8 of those were pick six. 8. How about that? And he talked about that 94-yard interception return against Shoes, New York.
Yeah, what was that about, Merrill? What was that about? Why you got to bring that up?
I love it when a guy will throw in who the quarterback was too. Boomer Esiason.
Yeah, thanks.
I played for the Cardinals, but yeah. So anyway, Eagles have 2 clinching scenarios for Week 17. If they beat the Cardinals and the Cowboys lose to the Lions, or the Eagles tie the Cardinals and the Cowboys lose to the Lions. And I think it opened up as a 9.5-point favorite. I think it's gone up to maybe 10, 11. Wow. And Kyler Murray, we're going to talk to Howard Balzer in about 15 minutes, get the latest on him. He's the game changer, and he had in practice yesterday, so we'll find out how he's doing. Coming up, Charlie Ragle will join in, the head coach for your Sun Devils, as they are busy recruiting, and they've continued to have a very successful offseason in their early signing period, as well as the transfer portal. They continue to get more guys. So we'll talk to them about that whole process next. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
Let's finish 23 strong with one of the best rivalries in recent AFC history. The Cincinnati Bengals head to Arrowhead to try and upset the Kansas City Chiefs Sunday at 1:30 on Fox Sports 910. Presented by HornCars.com.
Valley traffic from the Valley Toyota Dealers Traffic Center.
Hey, in the East Valley, there's a wreck on 10 westbound. It's near Broadway, blocking the HOV lane, and heavy traffic back to Elliott. A crash northbound 143 near University Drive. Entry crash in the West Valley, 19th Avenue, just south of Southern.
This report is sponsored by Pfizer. As the world keeps changing, so does COVID-19. That's why this season's COVID-19 shots have been updated. They're designed to help protect against recent variants. Learn more about a COVID-19 vaccine option at schedulecovidvax.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
The will to win is important, but preparing to win is essential. At Crest Insurance, we understand that the road to success is not one that you go alone. Whether it's your family or business, you're not buying insurance, you're buying protection. That's why so many turn to the professionals at Crest Insurance. Our team has the experience to help you safeguard the things that matter most. It's not just an insurance policy, it's peace of mind.
Let the experts at Level 5 Lighting, all-in-one exterior permanent LED lighting, brighten up your world. Take advantage of this month's special offer, 12 months of no-interest financing. For details, go to level5lighting.com to request a free quote. That's level5lighting.com.
Jenny!
Hey, Jenny!
Jenny, come on in! Steve!
Hey, Steve!
Steve, how you doing?
Meg!
Meg, nice to see you! Hey, Meg!
Arena Sports Grill. Come on out for the sports, off-track betting, incredible food, and friendly faces. The best daily specials in Scottsdale. Arena Sports Grill, 62nd Street in Bell. We know you.
Hey, it's Gross. Join me, Bauer, and Jackson every Saturday from 11 to 1 live from the Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar at Casino, Arizona for Take the Points. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar.
Are you looking for a change in your career path or just looking to get back into the employment market again? Look no further. All City Towing is searching for motivated teammates to join their team. Current openings are in the areas of customer service, tow truck operators, yard management, facilities maintenance, and dispatch. If you're looking for a challenging yet rewarding opportunity, a great benefits program including 401k program with a generous company match, and a company that is a leader in the industry, apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call All City's HR department at 480-833-7278. All City Towing is Arizona's largest towing transport vehicle storage provider. Locally owned and invested within the communities they service. If you enjoy helping others by providing great customer service, working as a team, and possess great communication skills, All City is for you. Apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call 480-833-7278. That's allcitytowing.com.
Hi, I'm Dominic from Venezia's. Let's talk holiday catering. We can cater for just a few or a few hundred.
That's right, Dominic. Ordering for your holiday party is easy at Venezia's. We'll work with you and develop a menu that can include pizza, pasta, salads, and even stromboli. We serve authentic Italian food using only the freshest ingredients. It's food that will leave everyone begging for more.
Holiday catering from Venezia's. Check out our catering menu at venezias.com.
Don't miss out on limited time appliance deals during the closeout event at Lowe's. For a limited time, get up to 35% off select major appliances. Plus, get an additional 20% off in-store clearance appliances. Hurry, these deals are too good to last long. Shop in-store or online today because Lowe's knows deals. Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid 12/28/23 through 1/3/24. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. See Lowe's.com for details.
Number 14, Arizona battles number 12, Oklahoma tonight in the Alamo Bowl. Wildcats are taking on the Sooners for the first time since 1989. The locals are off tonight. The Suns return home tomorrow to face the Hornets, and the Coyotes will visit the Ducks in Anaheim. Cardinals on the road Sunday in Philadelphia, trying to play spoiler against the Eagles. I'm Dan Gutowski.
This is Katina Mobley. This is what's trending from iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by DraftKings Fantasy Sports.
Check out what DraftKings has to offer with code SPORTS, because life's more fun when you're in on the action. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Age and eligibility restrictions apply. Void where prohibited. See DraftKings.com for details.
Sun Devil football. Coach Charlie Regal now on Fox Sports 910 with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Courtesy of the Crest Insurance Group. Combine your home and auto for big savings today. Head to crestins.com.
That's right. Coach Charlie Regal joins us down the right to the guest sign. Coach, it's Roc and Jackson Shoe today. The old guys, they can't work all the time, so we had to give them this week off. So the young guys are with you today. So how you doing?
I'm doing great. How are all you guys doing? Should be plenty of energy with the young guys.
I know, man. These guys, man, you could suit them up, man. I mean, I think Jackson here, he played in Montana. He's still got a year eligibility if you need a receiver, right, Jackson?
Yeah, a couple years under my sleeve. But a little rusty now.
We'll take all we can get.
I don't know, Coach. Talk about that. I mean, I know I saw another transfer, especially at linebacker. You guys are picking up some guys here and there. From on paper and rankings, you guys are doing really good right now in the transfer portal.
Well, and I think, that's all a plus, of course, and any momentum is good momentum. And, but I think, at the end of the day, it all matters how these guys, fit. One, they've got to enroll in school. And, that's the deal with the portal guys. There's no letters of intent. There's nothing that binds them to your school until they actually enroll in your school. So, we've got to get these guys enrolled in school, get them on campus. And then, again, it has to take the rankings from the paper and show up in practice and then ultimately on game day.
And when you are looking at the board, is there a particular position or two that you guys have been kind of gravitating to, or is there do you see more linebackers available than, say, running backs? Is that the case, or is it all over the board?
No, I think that there's been some emphasis that we went into the offseason, with that we needed to get better at, and add depth and so forth. And, linebacker was certainly one of those positions, O-line being another one, as well as interior D-line. And then, those were probably the points of emphasis. And so I think that's why you're seeing a little bit more of that than maybe some of the other positions, because, we felt like those were needs that we needed to get better at.
I'm curious because obviously I haven't been involved in this, and we didn't have transfer portals when I was a kid. But when a kid goes in the transfer portal, how does the process work? Do you mind walking us through this? Does the student athlete, once he goes to the transfer portal, gives the world, so to speak, an opportunity to call him direct, and then it's the coaching, the scouting to go after him, and then kind of work it through there? I'm just curious how that process goes.
Well, there's usually like a specific time set in place where the transfer portals open, the windows open, these kids can declare. And then once they declare, right, they have to go. If I'm at X university, I have to go to my compliance, let them know that I want to be, I'm going to declare and put myself in the portal. There's some official paperwork that has to be filled out. And then once that stuff is filled out, you actually go into, quote unquote, the portal. And so once those kids do that, there's a master list that we have access to that we can see who's officially in the portal. And then a lot of times these kids will take their official document, so to speak, and by their home institution or their current institution, and we'll put that on their social media saying, hey, I'm now in the portal. Here's the official document. Boom. You can go to the main portal website and verify that. And then at that point, you're free to contact them just as it would be a recruit in contact season.
Okay.
Coach, bowl season going on right now. What would you say was your best bowl experience? I know there's a lot of talk right now. People are complaining about how there's so many bowl games, and then you see kind of the after effect, the emotions from the players, especially some of those seniors playing their last game for their colleges. What was the best bowl experience that you had, and why should people be more in fan of, I guess, of these college football bowl games?
Well, I think it's a great question. Nobody's going to want to hear this as the Sun Devil Nation. But, when I was down at the school down south, we did go to the Fiesta Bowl in 2014. And, for me, growing up in Southwest New Mexico and having an abundance of family out here in the Valley, I'd come out here during the holidays, and my family was super involved in the Fiesta Bowl. So I had been going as a fan to the Fiesta Bowl since I was, 8, 9, 10 years old. Every year. And so the Fiesta Bowl was kind of the epitome of bowl games for me. It was the one for me. So to have that ability, so many years later to coach in it was extremely special for me on a personal note. I do think, though, when you talk about bowl games, and I know the world of college football is changing, and I know you guys are opting out and so forth, but to a lot of guys, whether that be, for every guy that opts out, it's an opportunity for a young guy to prove himself on a national stage, on national television during the holidays where people are sitting around with their families and they're watching TV. It's a reward for these kids too, after, busting their butt for 10, 11 months, weight room, conditioning, all of the practices. It is a reward for those kids. So I think there's more that goes into it and more appreciation from the players than what people actually realize.
That's good stuff. I know why you like the Bowl so much here locally. You have so many family members, and I'm a Yellow Jacket as well, and I'm looking forward. I know it's Liberty in Oregon, but we've seen stranger games there, right? You just don't know. You can't call any team out, right? I mean, Liberty could come up there.
No.
They're pumped, but Oregon too, though.
Well, and I still think, though, at the end of the day, that the Fiesta Bowl carries such merit across the country, and its reputation of being a great host of bowl games, one. And then, like you said, some of the most iconic and epic bowl games, it has certainly produced a couple for sure. And, anytime you get out on the football field, you guys all know that it can go any which way. So I anticipate that Liberty's going to come here and, going to be excited to play and put forth their very best effort. But that Oregon team is an extremely talented team, as we saw up close and personal, and that'll be a tall task for them, I think.
You're right. Absolutely right. Hey, Coach, thanks for jumping on with us for a few minutes this week. We appreciate it. Have a happy new year, you and your family, and we'll talk to you next year.
Thanks, Coach.
Yeah, look forward to it. Appreciate you guys as always. Have a great new year, and go Devils.
You got it. Charlie Regal, assistant ASU head coach, special teams coordinator, presented by Crest Insurance Group. Crest Insurance Group offers personal, business, and specialty insurance solutions for clients across all markets. Go to crestins.com. You're starting the new year off. You should see if the insurance you have is worth it. Maybe you get a better deal. Maybe get better coverage. Go to Crest Insurance Group. Check them out, crestins.com. Hey, Cardinals are set. They are traveling to the city of brotherly love to take on the Eagles. What are going to be some of the keys for the Cards to maybe slow down Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown? We'll talk to the beat writer. Howard Balzer next on Fox Sports 910.
This is what's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix.
Locals take a breather tonight. The Coyotes will visit Anaheim tomorrow on the ice. Suns will be home against the Hornets. Cardinals getting set for their game against Philadelphia on Sunday as they try to play spoiler to the Eagles. College football, number 14 Arizona against number 12 Oklahoma tonight in the Alamo Bowl. And ASU football getting a commitment from New Mexico State transfer Keyshawn Elliott. He's a linebacker with 2 years of eligibility remaining. I'm Dan Gutowski on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
For your Wednesday, look for mostly sunny skies out there. Temperatures in those mid to low 60s. And then for tonight, partly cloudy skies with those temperatures dipping down into the low 40s. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Ty Brennan.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. Mattress Firm's once-a-year sale and clearance. You can save up to 60% on select mattresses. Plus, score a free adjustable base on qualifying purchases. Here's to better sleep in 2024. The right mattress matters, and Mattress Firm will find yours.
Frankie drives end-to-end, scoops it up and in with 2 seconds left. Frankie Collins end-to-end.
Join the action this season and catch USC, UCLA, Washington, and Arizona when they come to Desert Financial Arena in the final year of the Pac-12 Conference.
Collins over to Lance for 3. Bullseye!
Get your tickets today by calling 480-965-5812 or go online to sundeviltickets.com. Sun Devil men's basketball. Onward to victory.
Rock for RightToyota.com. At Right Toyota, they'd like you to get to know them. Their goal is to make buying your next vehicle the kind of experience that earns your recommendation to family and friends. They invite you to use all of their innovative web tools on RightToyota.com. So if you're looking for a new or pre-owned Toyota, head to their interactive website at RightToyota.com. The right price.
I'm just only a chocolate fudge guy.
At RightToyota.com.
At the experts at Level 5 Lighting, all in one.
But I don't like strawberry in mostly anything.
Brighten up your world. Level 5 lights work with Alexa, Google Home, and Control4 smart home systems. So
brown sugar's good.
For any holiday, sporting events, security, or accent lighting has never been brighter. Calling sports enthusiasts. Get ready for your favorite game day. Get your lights installed with this month's special. 12 months, no interest financing if you qualify. Go to level5lighting.com to request a free quote. That's level5lighting.com. Level 5 Lighting, Arizona's outdoor LED experts.
You hear it all the time. Lawyers talk about all their experience, many years of experience with insurance companies, and experience in the courtroom. But what they're not talking about is their results. Maybe they don't have any. At Lerner and Rowe, we're proud of our results because that's how we measure our success. We've helped over 150,000 people recover billions of dollars for their injuries, with over $1 billion just in the last 5 years alone. When you want results, call Lerner and Rowe.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Get ready for double the fun on the 101. Introducing the Salt River Rewards Program at Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort, the Valley's newest and best. With multiple tiers and endless benefits, we've got something for everyone. Don't miss out on the excitement. Salt River Rewards, the Valley's premier player rewards program, now at Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort. 2 properties, 1 amazing club, offering limitless fun on the 101. Discover the best in the Valley at saltriverrewards.com.
Upper Crust Pizza, Patio, and Wine Bar is your home for a variety of homemade, made-to-order pizzas, calzone, pastas, and more. But it's more than great Italian food. It's your home for college and pro football. Watch games all weekend. Plus, enter to win a free big screen TV every month. Upper Crust is the official home of the Ohio State Alumni Club of Phoenix. Upper Crust, on the southeast corner of Cave Creek and the 101, always has incredible daily specials. Pizza and football. A perfect match at Upper Crust Pizza, Patio, and Wine Bar.
I'm Byron Brown, personal injury attorney. Can you tell by the music that I'm educated and experienced? How about now? Can you tell I'm tough and I'll fight for you? That I'm down to kick it with y'all? That's a bunch of bullshit. When it comes to your personal injury case, I'm straight to the point. I'll answer your call. No BS. I'm Byron Brown, the anti-lawyer lawyer.
Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game.
He's there.
El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado features a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. It's why they won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant in all 7 Barrio Queen locations. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of game day.
Check out what DraftKings has to offer with code SPORTS, because life's more fun when you're in on the action. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Age and eligibility restrictions apply. Void where prohibited. See DraftKings.com for details.
It's Thursday, and the guys are live at Twin Peaks Scottsdale, located on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard in the 101. He's been covering the National Football League for 48 years. He currently works as Arizona Cardinals lead writer for GoPHNX.com. A longtime Hall of Fame voter, Howard Balzer, now on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910.
You're hot. That's right. Howard Balzer now on the right to the guest line. Howard, Rock, and Jackson shoe today. Manuch and Jimmy off. We just got done about 20 minutes ago. We had Merrill Reese on, the play-by-play, longtime play-by-play voice of the Eagles, as you know. And I asked him about what kind of expectations he has with the Boo Birds there in Philly with Jonathan Gannon. And he said there may be a few, but nothing crazy. Do you believe that, or you think the Philly crowd's going to let him hear it?
It's a good question because the coach, it's not exact. They're obviously not on the field. It's not like they're coming on and off the field. They're just standing there on the sideline. And, maybe when he comes out on the field for the first time, how many fans are going to be in their seats at that point, and how many are going to notice him coming out. So, there could be a few, but I do think that, given, we know how the Philly people are and how the Philly fans are, but given how the defense has played this season, I think that maybe a lot of those people who just trashed Jonathan Gannon as if it was all his fault why the Eagles, did what they did against the Chiefs in the second half of that Super Bowl, that perhaps some people are softening on that feeling a little bit. In fact, I have heard that there's been, a certain amount of rumbling and chatter that, a certain amount of people saying, boy, I wish we still had Gannon here coaching the defense. So you know how that is. It's just,
sure.
It changes with the wind, and that's just normally the way it is, not only in the NFL, but in all sports.
But there are some Eagles fans like myself that, we just needed one stop, one stop. And he was the number one reason why they lost the Super Bowl. And I mean, I think that's crazy to
That's
think.
a stretch.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny. It's funny ironic about that a little bit is a few years before that, when the 49ers were playing the Chiefs in the Super Bowl and had a lead in the fourth quarter and gave up of course, they gave up a late touchdown, which really was just the icing on the cake, but they gave up 2 touchdowns that put the Chiefs ahead. And you didn't hear any yelling and screaming about, the defense or who, probably a lot of people don't even know who the 49ers defensive coordinator was that season. So, but it's always easy to blame the coach and not, it all comes down to execution. I think anyone who watches this game should realize that, obviously coaches have to put players in the right position and all those things, but I mean, it still comes down to players making plays.
Yeah.
And when Patrick Mahomes makes plays against you in the Super Bowl, does that automatically indict the defensive coordinator? I think Patrick Mahomes has done that, to quite a few teams in his career and quite a few defensive coordinators.
So Howard, give us an update, as you know, to this point with Kyler and Hollywood Brown and Collins all not practicing yesterday. What is the latest today?
Well, Collins was out there today, and he practiced on a limited basis. So I would think he's probably definitely going to play. In fact, I mean, he was hurt during the game against the Bears, but he did come back. Hollywood, I would think, is probably doubtful at this point, and maybe he'll be declared out tomorrow because he hasn't practiced a whole lot.
Yeah.
And now this week he didn't practice today at all. He wasn't out there. Kyler, I would think, is probably going to play. He didn't practice today, but he at least was out on the field. And in the open part of practice that we were able to watch, he was standing with Jonathan Gannon. And I don't know how much they were talking, how much they were watching, but I would assume there was a certain amount of conversation going on there. But he at least he was out there and he wasn't sequestered and away from everybody and and all those things. So my guess, and it's only a guess, I would guess he'll probably practice tomorrow, and I would think he would play. Now, how much is he affected by not practicing a couple of days? That's never a great thing, but it's certainly putting him out there. Obviously, would be a lot better than putting Clayton Tune out there. And you figure by Sunday that whatever illness he had, likely a stomach bug, which a lot of people seem to be getting, including Budda Baker last week when he woke up with it Sunday morning. But I'm sure he'll have had enough time to come back from that, and it won't have really an impact on, assuming he plays, it won't have an impact on how he plays.
Howard Balzer joining us. Go PHNX. You can follow him on Twitter at HBalzer721 here on Fox Sports 910. Howard, what would you like to see in these last 2 games to kind of give us something to kind of talk about in the offseason for 2024? What accomplishment?
Yeah, it's a great question because I think that what we're probably going to see and what we all expect is see a team that, goes at, it's the old cliche. And I know when people hear it, they raise their eyebrows sometimes. Well, they played hard and they battled. Well, there's a lot of teams at the end of the season when they've only won 3 games that, some teams and some players are mailing it in.
Yeah.
And I think most people would have to agree that the Cardinals have done that. And certainly a lot of it is because they got, I added this up the other day, guys, and I'll have this in a story that I'm working on right now that'll be up a little bit later at Go PHNX, is that they currently have 33 players on the roster that are in their second year of NFL experience or less.
Wow.
33 of 53. And that, of course, includes 13 rookies. And on the defensive line, where, we've all heard the cliche, games are won in the trenches in the NFL. Well, what do those trenches look like for the Cardinals? At least the offensive line has been somewhat stable throughout the season. It can get better, yes, but at least it hasn't been ripped apart by injury like the group last year. Defensive line, how's this? Of the 5 guys that played on opening day, of those 5, the only one of them, unless Leki Fotu might be activated from injured reserve, but if he isn't, Kevin Strong will be the only player from week 1 that played that will play on Sunday.
Jeez.
And those 5 guys totaled the rest of the season now, totaled in 14 games, a total of 34 games played. That's of a possible 70 when you do the math. 5 guys 14 weeks, 5 times, that's 70 potential game participations. They've played 34. So I think with the way it's gone, I mean, sometimes you wonder, it's amazing this defense stops anybody at any time with some of the attrition they've had. And then you lose both inside linebackers that started on, in the first week of the season, all the different players, playing cornerback, which is mostly rookies right now, except for Antonio Hamilton Sr., the other 3 corners are all rookies. And so the one good news, by the way, Garrett Williams, the rookie who did not play last week, has returned to practice this week. So it looks like he's trending towards playing. But, this is a roster, obviously, we'll be talking about it a lot in the offseason, of how much they need to, get to a truly competitive level in the NFL. This team has fought, and they've been competitive in a lot of games. But in a lot of cases, you just run out of gas late, and the other team that's just better, takes control of the game. And that's what's happened in quite a few of those losses.
Howard, 2 days ago, it came out that the Cardinals released cornerback Marco Wilson. Beginning of the season, he was the cornerback 1. Got benched a couple weeks, didn't play last week, and now he's released. And I think the Patriots or the team
3 minutes
claimed him off of waivers. Were you shocked by this move? And then what can you kind of, tell Arizona Cardinals fans out there about the cornerback room currently on the roster?
Yeah. Well, I just mentioned the cornerback room and how inexperienced it is, except for Hamilton. And so it's obviously, you definitely have hope for Williams. Star Thomas, who they picked up on waivers in the cut to 53, he's had some moments, but I don't know. I mean, is he going to be, a guy who can be a starter in the league? I don't know if that's the case. He started a bunch of games though. And you hope that Keitrell Clark, the rookie who started at the beginning of the season, lost his starting job, then started another 1 or 2, but he hasn't started in recent weeks. You just hope that they improve in year 2, because
2 minutes.
you know that's when most players take their biggest jump, is from their rookie season to the second year. But I'm sure that the Cardinals will have to be looking at more corners in the draft, perhaps in free agency, as they will be in a lot of different positions on this roster that you can just look at and see that it's just hard to be. It's hard to be consistent. That's the main thing. Doesn't mean you never make plays, because they do. And I often think, guys, that teams will tease fans and tease people. All of a sudden they'll have a really good drive or really big play. You say, well, why can't they? Oh, they should do that more. Well, they're not good enough to do it more. That's why they fail on 4th down so much. That's why they fail on 2-point conversions so much. 3rd down percentage isn't very good. And that's where other teams that are better just usually win those downs. And that's where the Cardinals obviously have to get better. And they're going to have a lot of draft picks to do it with, a lot of, salary cap space to really start improving. But I think fans expected a certain amount of this year. I don't know if they would necessarily accept another season like this next season. So it's going to be really interesting to see how it all plays out.
Howard, I got about a minute, but I want to get your thoughts with the Pro Football Hall of Fame. They got the modern era finals that came out for 2024. And there's a great list here. Guys that, I grew up watching and led by Eric Allen, and Merrill Reese was talking about he should have been in 15 years ago. But on that list, I know you probably don't have it in front of you, but is there a player that stands out right away that will definitely get in, like a Dwight Freeney or a Antonio Gates or someone along those lines, Julius Peppers?
I look at that list and I say it's a hell of a list.
Okay.
But I don't know that there is a dunk in there. I mean, Julius Peppers will be in at some point, but does he jump the line, so to speak, over other pass rushers that have been finalists before, like you mentioned, Dwight Freeney, like Jared Allen?
Jared Allen, yeah.
Yeah, Antonio Gates is interesting because there's not that many tight ends that come up. But he was mostly a pass catcher. He's almost like a pseudo wide receiver. And you have Torrey Holt and Reggie Wayne, who have both been finalists the most times of anybody on this list at 5. Then you have Andre Johnson, who's a finalist for the 3rd time. And Torrey Holt has been eligible for 10 years. He's halfway through his modern day eligibility.
Huh.
So, but I like I said, I don't know that there is, a slam dunk. I mean, you could probably pick any 5 players in this one and say, well, yeah, that's a pretty good class. And there's going to be 10 disappointed people. Eric Allen, by the way, and I'm with you. You wonder why he didn't get traction earlier. Believe it or not, this is his 18th year of eligibility, and he's only been this is his first time ever as a finalist, and he was only a semifinalist 4 times out of all those 18 years. And you wonder sometimes how do certain guys fall through the cracks, but it does happen.
Well, let me ask you on the local level, from Maryville, Darren Woodson, he's in the ASU Hall of Fame, Arizona Sports Hall of Fame, 5 Pro Bowls, 3 rings. That's a hard one. One team, his whole career. I mean, he's not a slam dunk to you.
No, I don't think. No, I think he's a Hall of Famer.
Okay,
but he's not a slam dunk.
Okay, got it.
In terms of saying, well, he will be one of the 5.
Yeah.
This year. He's been. This is his. Let me double check here. This is his 16th year of eligibility.
Jeez.
He's been a semifinalist. That's the top 25 for people who don't know. 8 times. And this is only his 2nd time as a finalist. All those years as a semifinalist, he only advanced to the 15, one time prior to this year. But I'll say this. What happens a lot of times is that you get 5 guys go in, right? Well, then there's 10 who didn't. And so most of the time those 10 come back to the final list the next year. Then you've got some first-time eligibles like Antonio Gates and Julius Peppers are. So now there's not that many spots for other guys.
Yeah.
And that's how guys fall through the cracks. A guy like Rodney Harrison, who's been eligible 11 years, and this is his first time as a finalist, only 3 times as a semifinalist. That just shows how difficult it is to make those cuts, and then really how hard it is to, still be standing when it gets to those final 5.
Howard, Happy New Year to you. Hopefully I'll see you at the Fiesta Bowl, and thanks so much for jumping on with us, man. We'll talk to you next year.
So, yeah, that's right. Next year. Thanks, guys. Always enjoy coming on with you.
You got it. Howard Balzer, check him out. Stories come up daily. Go PHNX. Great follow on Twitter or X, HBaller721. He's brought to you today by Twin Peaks. That's where we are at today, the Scottsdale location. Still got time. You got Jets and Browns tonight. And a weekly Twin Peaks fan pick'em powered by Blue Moon and Coors Light. You make your picks each week. It's never too late. You win Twin Peaks man cards. Just head to fanpick'em.com. Well, we'll clean out the locker next. Tell you what's on tap tonight. You got a big one with Arizona and Oklahoma, as well as I kind of give you an idea on some of the games tomorrow as well as we wrap up here at Twin Peaks. No Jimmy B. No, we got Jackson Shue and myself for one more segment here on a Thursday on Fox Sports 910.
Check this out. This is The Herd.
You're excited. I'm excited.
With Colin Cowherd.
Robert Saleh also reiterated he's not going to play, which Aaron reiterated yesterday he's not going to play. So if you can't win games, let's try to win PR. You know what's interesting about this? Tore his Achilles? Kirk Cousins. And you haven't heard a word.
This is The Herd. Tomorrow at 10. Listen to Fox Sports 910 anywhere on our free iHeartRadio app.
Valley traffic from the Valley Toyota Dealers Traffic Center.
There is an accident 17 southbound near Deer Valley Road. That accident off right. Stop and go traffic from Happy Valley Road. 35th Avenue south of Lower Buckeye, a crash. And we have an accident 75th Avenue south of Union Hill.
This report is sponsored by Precision Air and Plumbing.
Make a decision with Precision Air.
Did you know Arizona has the hardest water in the nation? For a limited time, Precision is offering a free in-home water test. Make the Precision decision today and call us at 602-765-PIPE.
Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado features a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. It's why they won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant in all 7 Barrio Queen locations. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of game day.
Do more together this holiday in a new Chevy. Take on more adventure in the strong and capable Chevy Silverado. More confidence in the Chevy Equinox, winner of the J.D. Power Award for initial quality among compact SUVs 2 years running. And more value in the all-new Chevy Trax with an available 11-inch diagonal touchscreen. Bring the holidays together in a new Chevy. See your Valley Chevy dealers. For J.D. Power 2023 U.S. Initial Quality Study Award information, visit jdpower.com/awards.
Got the urge to pick games each week? Thursday, Sunday, even Mondays? Then sign up now for the Twin Peaks Fan Pick'em, courtesy of Blue Moon and Coors Light. It's totally free to play. Head to fanpick'em.com. That's fanpick'em.com.
When it comes to insurance, we don't focus on the competition. We focus on our customers. At Crest Insurance Group, customer service is not what we do, but who we are. Now more than ever, businesses and families are turning to knowledgeable partners to help provide them with the insurance coverages they need. We've worked hard to become one of the country's top independent agencies, and our clients benefit from our vision, experience, and outstanding service. Contact Crest and let our insurance professionals tell you what they see. You'll be glad you did.
Arizona's largest locally owned A-plus BBB rated towing company is All City Towing. They're always looking to add motivated and competitive team members. Do you fit the bill? If so, head on over to allcitytowing.com/careers for more information.
Frankie drives end-to-end, scoops it up and in with 2 seconds left. Frankie Collins end-to-end.
Join the action this season and catch USC, UCLA, Washington, and Arizona when they come to Desert Financial Arena in the final year of the Pac-12 Conference.
Collins over to Lance for 3. Bullseye!
Get your tickets today by calling 480-965-5812 or go online to sundeviltickets.com. Sun Devil Men's Basketball, onward to victory.
You may not have any experience dealing with car wrecks, but Lerner and Rowe does. After your car wreck, you need an attorney to make sure your interests, like car repairs, medical bills, and lost wages, are protected. Finding the right attorney is actually easy. Just look for reputation, experience, and results. Lerner and Rowe has thousands of 5-star reviews, decades of experience, and we've recovered billions of dollars for our injured clients. Hurt in a wreck and need a check? Call Lerner and Rowe today.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
The body of Durant. Keldon Johnson.
Just like that, and Booker delivers a little boom of his own here on this Sunday.
Ring in the new year with your Suns as they take on the Orlando Magic. Be here for all the action on Sunday, December 31st at 6 p.m. Secure your seats at suns.com/ticks.
It's Macy's After Christmas sale with incredible year-end deals like 25 to 70% off his New Year's Eve looks, 50 to 60% off boots and handbags to complete her look, and 50% off designer bedding from Hotel Collection and more. Plus, Macy's Star Rewards members earn on every purchase except gift cards, services, and fees. More at Macy's.com/Star Rewards. Savings off regular and sale prices. Exclusions apply.
Let's get ready for football!
It's Football at 50, the latest top football story trending this hour, right here with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910 and the iHeartRadio.
You're hot. All right, some finals in the bowl games today in the Pinstripe Bowl, the Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe Bowl. Rutgers took care of Miami 31-24. That just finished up from Yankee Stadium. Earlier today at Fenway, it was SMU falling to Boston College 23-14. Coming up at 7:15 on ESPN, it's Arizona and Oklahoma. And currently just kicking off Kansas State.
Pop-Tarts Bowl, baby.
NC State, the Pop-Tart Bowl. Yeah, that's great. I love the bowl.
You see the trophy?
The Verbo Fiesta Bowl.
Did you see the trophy for this, Rock?
No.
So it's a trophy. I was talking to Jimmy B about this yesterday. So it's a football trophy, right?
Okay.
But at the top in the football, there are these 2 openings, and they have put Pop-Tarts in the opening.
That's
of
great.
the trophy.
Great marketing.
It's amazing.
It's better than the mayonnaise.
Not a fan of the Duke's Mayo Bowl.
No,
huh?
I'm not.
Is it because you're anti-mayonnaise?
Yeah, I'm Miracle Whip.
Oh,
Okay.
it's the brand.
I'm Miracle Whip.
Gotcha.
It's not a brand. They're two different. There's mayonnaise, then there's Miracle Whip. I grew up with Miracle Whip. I don't like mayonnaise. Like if I want a sandwich, you got to get a Miracle Whip, not regular.
What do you
mayonnaise.
use mayonnaise for?
Like today, I
Sandwiches?
had a turkey, lettuce, cheese, and tomato on wheat bread with Miracle Whip.
So I asked you this because the Pop-Tart Bowl, the winner gets to eat a live-size edible mascot.
I like Pop-Tarts.
Pop-Tart.
Yeah.
What are your top 3 or what are some of your favorite Pop-Tart flavors? Shu doesn't like strawberry.
I could do strawberry.
I understand it. I'm just not a fan.
I don't. To be honest with you, I don't even know the flavors. I mean, I just get what I don't even really look. It's usually an assortment when you buy them, right?
Fair
Don't
enough.
You get
I get just the box that's all the chocolate fudge ones.
I like those.
Those are great.
I love Pop-Tarts.
I'm
I can eat
anti-mayo.
them just right out. I don't need to put them. I don't need to warm them up. I like to nuke them for 30 seconds.
Put them in the
So
microwave.
my issue is I'm anti-mayo. So like if I was the head coach of the Duke's Mayo Bowl, I would not want to have the mayo dumped on me.
Same here. That's why I think it's just
Two.
Would you rather have eggnog?
They put Dukes on the map, though. No one knew what
I mean,
Duke
they
mayo
were
was.
cutting during the broadcast to the booth, and they were trying different flavors of
That's
Duke's Mayo.
nasty.
It was. I will tell you, the more wacky a bowl game can be, I'm in on.
Yeah.
Like that's what this is supposed to be about. Let's get weird.
But like the mayo thing, I agree, man. Like I'll get a BLT, no mayo. Add cheese.
Yeah, they were trying mayonnaise with nachos. They were trying mustard with
You couldn't
donuts.
pay me to do that. Hey, real quick, what's on tap? As I mentioned, 7:15. It's Arizona, Oklahoma. Tomorrow, the Suns are hosting the Hornets at 7:00 on 3 TV. Yotes are in Anaheim, 8:00 on KSAW, and Arizona State's got Stanford tomorrow at 9:00. That is on ESPN2. State 48 Roofing, it's your call question of the day. You have any results for me there?
Yeah, so the results are what percentage of a chance, nice, Manuch.
What percentage of a chance?
1 minute.
Do you give the Coyotes to make the playoffs? 25, 50, 75, or 100%?
I got 100.
The leader in the clubhouse, 50% at
fans aren't there yet.
71%. 100% was 28. So you're part of the 28% that voted all in, 100%.
Hey, missed anything, go to rockandmanuch.com. Fan pick 'em. You can still get in on that. Tomorrow, we'll be in studio tomorrow as Jackson and Stu are hosting a big show
3
tomorrow.
hours, baby.
Big show tomorrow as Manuch is walking his daughter down the runway tomorrow. So that'd be cool for him. And I have Fiesta Bowl duties. So anyway,
20.
If we don't talk to you, we'll see you next year. And we'll be back Tuesday at El Bandito Tuesday.
Warrior Queen.
Yes, next Tuesday. So
10.
For Shu, for Jax, for the guys that aren't here, I'm Rock.